because he sold his I think he gave the SIG that I have now. He gave it to his brother for a carry gun when he was going to the police department. So he'd take this and took one for me and said because he was going to buy a P320 SIG because that's the one the military uses. And if he buys the same one, if he's got the same model they use for qualification, he could use his weapon. So he could bring his out there and shoot it. And so he never did buy it. He's got mine. And his brother, the one that I have, the 365 XL, the brother was going to sell to somebody so he could go buy a Glock. And I said, well, what are you selling it for? He said 400, and it's like 649 for a brand new, and it'd been shot one time. And I said, let me see. He handed it to me, and I reached in the safe and handed him $400 bills. I said, it's mine. Tell him you sold it. But I didn't let him get out the house with it. And then I told Nick that, and Nick says, oh, so you giving me my gun back? I said, no, it's my gun now. I said, you could have it when I die. We used to have a girl lived across the hall that worked Homeland Security. And she, ATF Homeland Security, it was a combination job she had. She was badass, boy. She was a badass. And the day we bought it, she's standing. I'd never seen her before. She was new, and she's standing there getting out the car with all her uniform on. And I walked over and I said, "Do I need to just turn around so you can put me in cuffs?" And she turned around and smiled and laughed. And I said, "I haven't seen you before." I said, "Is everything okay?" She goes, "Yeah, I just moved in." And she lived right across the hall. So we got to talking, and my son comes walking out, and he's got the gun. He's got the gun in the case, and she says, "What kind?" And he said, 365 XL. She goes, "Oh yeah." And she reaches over, picks up her pants leg, and pulls one out. She's got in the pants leg, the same one. That was crazy. She just lifted up her pants leg and showed us the gun. She said, "Yeah, we got right here. Got one right here." So she talked to me every time we saw each other. We didn't see each other much because she was always working. Yeah. Okay.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
And I never fired the gun, never used it.
Yep. Yeah. Don't leave that up too long. It shouldn't. Bill had them up the other day and they didn't do anything, but I think when you handle one is when they have a fit now.
Yeah,
So that's the gun that you're trying to sell?
I sold
You
it
sold
last
Who'd you
night.
sell it to?
A guy that's
it. Had a
bought.
little homeless guy underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
It was somebody legitimate, right?
Oh yeah, he's very well off. He's got a nice mansion on the St. Clair River, just south of Pine Grove Park, and he's also the head of the dive team for the St. Clair County Sheriff Department.
Ah!
He got a hell of a deal though because it lists when you go look it up, like what's it worth? It lists anywhere from $600 to $700, and that's without the laser sight that it was mounted underneath it. So he gave me $350, and it's gone.
That's good.
In that case yesterday where they killed that 4-year-old, she was actually a 3-year-old. They killed a 3-year-old, and the other, they said the 6-year-old's injured. They didn't say how, but it's in stable condition now.
What's up, JD?
And but they caught the woman too, a woman too that was involved. And the guy was being transported out to jail yesterday, and the reporters were out there doing their normal thing, and they asked him what happened, and he said, "I killed the girl." He said everything. He said, I've been diagnosed. He said, go look it up. I've been diagnosed with multiple personalities. This happens to me all the time. He said they need to just go ahead and execute me. He
Execute.
says, I have no idea why I did it. He says, I don't remember doing it, but I know I did it.
Wow.
Like that. And they asked one of the prominent lawyers here in Louisiana, they said, do you think he's doing that to try to act crazy? And they said, no, because he said he has multiple personalities and it's like confessing to a third party. He's already been read his rights. He's confessing to a third party so they could use that in court. And they said, and right now, he said, from what he was, the way he was talking, he was going back and forth and confirming different things and saying that he knew these things and all this other stuff. He says, I don't know why I did it. He says, I know I did it, like that. And he said, because he said those two statements right there, they can't say that he was mentally incompetent because he said he knew he did it, but he don't know why he did it.
You know what pisses me off about mental illness? Is there's a lot of people these days that are self-diagnosing themselves, claiming they have it.
Yep.
Well, it just, but you know, on the other hand is our society isn't developed quite, they don't know how to handle these kind of situations. If it's real, they don't, you know, they used to, because they closed down all of the, at least in our state, they closed down all the mental institutions and put them out
Yeah.
on the streets.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think a lot of times people use mental illness or they'll talk
Oh.
about mental illness
Sure.
and it's for attention and it's for, say, like a notoriety type thing. Because I'm gonna tell you, go through the Marine Corps for 14, 15, 16 years, go into wartime, do all of that crap and see how you act. I've got a nephew that has been to Afghanistan and been through all of that stuff. And it is, he goes back and forth with all of this. And I see him and he has never changed.
Flashbacks. Yep.
Oh, it's not even flashbacks. You learn how to handle it. And handling is not talking about it all the time.
Well, that's what
You
I'm
know,
saying is there's a lot of people these days that are self-diagnosing themselves and it's become a fucking fad is what it's become. It's become something of an excuse for everything. I don't know
yeah,
how
that's
many
another
kids,
what I was trying to
you
get
know
in
how
there.
many people I've heard say, oh, I got bipolar, I got this, I got that. Well, have you ever been diagnosed with it? No.
No.
Well, you can't just claim that you have all this shit without actually being diagnosed with it. Like, get the fuck
And I
out of here,
believe half
like,
the time when you're
seriously.
diagnosed, you don't have it anyway. They're just keeping you there. You know, it's like the big deal with autism, you know? It's like, come on, people. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'll put it this way. I'm gonna piss everybody off by saying this. If you think you have a mental problem, get your head together to man up a little bit and look at, because a lot of times they're trying to get out of something.
What's up, Mark, Jody,
Uh,
Dusty, Mike? Ah,
Like
Kennedy,
my
that
daughter the other
clown
day, she
sitting in
tells
the
me,
blue suit with a face tattoo that has been on the news for killing those two women. I don't know who you're talking about, Dusty.
let's see.
I honestly don't have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know that one either. I
Dude,
don't know who that one
that's
is.
what I'm saying. There's so much news these days getting thrown at you that you can literally miss shit. You
Yeah.
know? Like there could be a massive school shooting and sometimes you don't hear about it right away until somebody brings it up and you're like, shit, that actually happened. Because it just, there's so much news being thrown at you every day that you can actually miss stuff. What's
Jody
up,
said
Tim?
he sent something.
But yeah, I miss shit all the time in the news. No, I don't sit and watch the news every day neither. I usually get my news from either other people tell me what's going on or I watch YouTube and somebody will do a video on it or something, specific subject.
Yeah, I hate watching the news. It's nearly always bad.
Bad news sells better.
Yeah.
Does. People are more
I mean,
interested in.
e- yeah, even in the older days, they always used to leave the good news feature till the very end of the show.
Yep.
Or it's always at the back of the paper. The front few 3 or 4 pages will be all the shit going on.
Yeah, the way ours are is the back pages are always sport.
So yeah, it's just bad news always sells better. Oh, yeah. He was the one that tried to sue Rockstar for GTA 6 saying they stole his likeness. Now I know who you're talking about, Dusty. Yeah, he's that dipshit that tried to sue Rockstar for like $20 million or something. It's like, dude, that money ain't gonna do you no good anyway. Your ass on the way to prison.
Hi, Tim.
Mr. Tim.
I don't know so much about what his court case is about, but I do remember the court case dealing with him suing Rockstar over that. Because I'm not even gonna lie, the character in the game does look a lot like the guy. Like, but I think it was just a coincidence.
Frank Rizzo's here. East Coast Thrills. Night Train.
Knock off with these 15-second ads.
YouTube are getting ridiculous with that. You can be watching a live stream and all of a sudden you'll get an advert in the middle of it. Well, we've got showery weather this morning. Well, this
Really?
afternoon, I should say. Yeah, it's raining a little bit at the moment. It looks like it's sunny, still raining.
So Dusty put a video, sent me a video. It's the drones and guns and stuff like that with Tucker Carlson. And it's talking about, he said, the guys with the guns are no match to the guys with the drones. And talking about drones and what they could do with them. How they could put a tin can size, like a beer can size charge on it, they could print on a 3D printer. And they could send it 120 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour, low to the ground.
Oh,
Can't be jammed in. Boy, that's sure helping our cause, isn't it?
oh, this is Eric. I was just reading this. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is Eric Prince from Blackwater.
Yeah. That's
He's the
sure
one
helping
that-
our cause.
You have no cause anymore. That cause is gone. It's dead in the water now. That fight's over.
No, that fight's just starting. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you
That
can only
fight just begun.
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
Paul, did you read Mike's message? He's supposed to be heading down to your house today.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he wanted to fly with you, or he said he's going to at least fly over your house and get a shot of your house. You don't come outside.
You can get a better shot at Google Earth.
You need to go meet him down at the water and fly with him at least,
What
even if you
time's he
don't
gonna
catch.
be in? What time's he gonna be here? Do you know?
I don't know. I guess he messaged you.
Well, you know me and messaging.
Well, it's either, I don't know if he's got your phone number. If not, I'm sure he probably messaged you on Messenger. So just check that on Facebook Messenger. You can
He's
at
in
least
the
meet him, at least meet him down by the water. You guys can fly the bridge or something if there's no boats.
Yeah, DJI's got sales all over their drones right now.
Yeah, why do you
Hey,
think?
Donald.
I'm
Trying to
joking.
sell
It's
you-
just a power station.
Trying to sell you paperweights.
I don't.
Yep. I only have one cause, and that is to.
Make money.
To please your wife.
In the chat.
No,
Paul, I think my wife wants to come down to Port Huron's lighthouse today. Oh, he's gonna fly the lighthouse, Paul.
Oh, the lighthouse. Okay.
No, whenever I fly a drone, it's in order to capture some aspect of video. The video is the goal, not the flight. So if they
I
ground
think-
us, that's okay.
I think a brand new Mavic 3 Donald would look great as a nice paperweight on your desk.
I'm actually thinking it'd be more of a wall hanging.
Oh yes, that's a perfect $3,000 wall hanger.
Mm.
Or if
Yeah.
you want to go with the real high end one, the Enterprise, it could be a nice $6,000 wall hanger.
Well, it wouldn't be. Basically, what
Joe-
I'd do is I'd spend the money for it, then
Joe's face.
probably chop it in half,
Mm.
like at an angle. That way, it mounts flat to the wall as part of it, and then draw a mural behind it, so it looks like a flight, and looks like the drone is actually coming out of the wall, make it kind of a 3D piece, like a multimedia piece.
Joe's face, he's like, "Fuck you guys."
I'm
That
reading something.
that would actually be a cool thing if you got like an old fucked up one that you could actually do that with.
Hey Joe, you still have parts of your drone?
No, I don't have any parts. Like I said, they floated away.
Oh, dude.
Bitch.
Oh, that would be cool. Just take put like if you crash a drone, you just got pieces of it left. Put it on wires sticking out of the wall, like out in little pieces, and draw an put like an explosion behind it. So it looks like your drone got blown up.
You mean so it looks like that statue behind me?
So what-
There's the oldest lighthouse on the Great Lakes right there. This is a ship I did this morning.
So you could go to the lighthouse. It's not that much further.
That's
Yeah, what time you gonna supposed to be there around, Mike?
that sculpture was done for the Commonwealth Games when they built Manchester City's stadium,
Mike,
which was originally built for the Commonwealth Games, and it is supposed to represent all sparks flying out of the muzzle of the starting pistol.
hey, Mike, you can put the little set of balls on your drone and teabag his front door. Knock on the front door with the little, the little 3D printed balls you did for your drone.
And it was called
You see what y'all did this morning? Do you realize what y'all did this morning? Usually I just pick the finger up and just show y'all a finger, and I'm quiet. Now y'all got me saying bitch.
They took it down after a couple of them spikes fell off it, caused a danger to pedestrians. Because it was solid steel.
So you guys said it was supposed to go through yesterday. What happened?
Didn't go through. It's not going through. I'll tell you. It's gonna
Did they
be
look
in
at it or
litigation.
did they push it back again?
I don't know.
Well, you guys said they're about to go on break, so who knows if they're even gonna vote on it right now.
Yeah, and they also getting bombarded with text messages, emails, letters from organizations,
That's only a
safety
couple
and
hundred
police
people.
organizations,
Yeah.
all of that stuff.
Straight into Senate.
I'm telling you, most of the first responders aren't gonna give a shit because they're gonna end up giving them money for them. They're gonna say, "Here's a big ass grant. Go get you some other drones." They're not
Yeah,
gonna.
but
give a
they're
shit.
but the other drones aren't gonna do the same thing. That's why they're fighting with them. They're saying we
Yeah.
need to keep what we got. This is what the works.
Goes to it.
I don't think a lot of them are gonna make a big deal. I don't think.
We got
depends
6,000
on-
organizations right now doing it.
The thing is how much is each police department utilizing that drone? They might have had that drone for 2 years and never used it because they got some government grant to buy it at the time.
Well, Baton
But they
Rouge
might-
Police Department uses them for any kind of hostage situation, any kind of lockdown
Jesus,
situation.
how many hostage and lockdown situations you guys got going on there?
Well, if they have somebody
Jesus.
in a house that won't come out,
Oh.
they bust a window and go in with a drone. They
It's
use
like
a
we-
virus actually.
It's like we do it on a daily basis.
all the time searching for criminals in the countryside using the infrared
Okay,
and in roofs of houses to see if there's excessive heat coming
Yeah.
out.
Fire
All's
department uses their infrared all the time to see for hot spots.
all I'm saying is you guys shouldn't have so many hostage situations that you're relying on a drone for. Something else is going. There's another underlying cause there. If you have that many hostage situations going on.
I guarantee it is probably in the police. I bet you most police
It's-
departments probably use them once a week or something.
But I put a drone up with infrared to check for where criminals are hiding when they've run from stolen cars and things like that than it
Well,
is
like,
to put the up.
well, see, I asked the sheriff's department, I asked a couple of the deputies back when I was flying drones. Now, granted, this was probably about a year ago. One of the deputies was at the park when I was flying and I was talking to him about it because he was part of one of the few guys that fly drones to the sheriff's department. He said they don't really use them very often. He goes, honestly, I don't get to get out and fly very much because we don't have a huge use for them. He goes, we use them once or twice a year for certain things. He goes, but we don't use them that often. Because I was
I mean-
curious how much you use them. But like I said, that depends on the fight. You know, that's a case by case basis for each department.
Yeah, it depends on the department. If you get a department in
'Cause-
a wooded area, they'll probably use it a lot with the thermal just to pick up somebody if they're looking for somebody.
Because
'Cause
there's
every
some
once in a while
small,
you see somebody here that on a pursuit, and they'll say they took off into the woods, and they'll show them video from drones with thermal imaging. That's how they found them.
because there's some small departments that have ridiculous amounts of hardware, and that's because they've gotten these government grants.
Yeah.
And they'll be a little small town department, but they'll have fucking SWAT shit like they're at the LA Police Department. And it's like, it's because they were given a bunch of shit from the government. And
Don't-
That's like
some of them might not ever utilize this stuff, but they just have it because it was given to them.
see Covington where Justin works. They when he first started, I met one of the guys at that Masters, and he's a drone unit guy, and we were talking drones, and he says, yeah, they got Mavic 3 thermal because they use the thermals up there, and that's where Justin's at, a little bitty town.
Don't you remember the video that Marcus did in the park when all of a sudden the police turned up and got an M300 out of the back of the car and were flying over one of the big fishing ponds in the park because they'd had reports of kids playing on the ice and they wanted to make sure that none of them had fallen through it. He went over and chatted to him. I think the police they use drones a lot more than they actually publicise.
I mean, technically, Jody, you could because that doesn't have the what do you call it? The fucking tracking shit in it, like the newer drones. But
Remote ID.
Yeah, it doesn't have remote ID, but if they outlaw the drones, then you're just taking a chance that maybe one day a cop might run across you flying it and decide to stop and question you. I mean, that's about the only way you're gonna get caught at that point, I think. But, you know, with all the people that hate drones out there for no fucking reason too, they're gonna, all you gotta get is one of them to report you one day, especially fucking Inspire. It's not like those things don't stick out when they're in the air.
Yeah, it's not like they're silent in the air either, you know?
Yeah, you might be able to get away with flying a Mini for quite a while, but Inspire kind of sticks out pretty bad.
If you fly a minute above 60, 70 feet above you, then nobody can hear it.
We'll be flying drones 5 years from now.
Well, I
We'll
will.
be flying Mavic 4, Mavic 5s. Watch.
It's wishful thinking. What were you gonna say, Donald?
Nothing.
None.
You
Thinking
enjoy
about
your
that,
meal
sir.
last night, Don?
Do what?
Thinking about
Did you enjoy your meal last night?
It's kind of a personal question.
So
Not that
what do
meal.
you have? Sushi?
Actually,
Sushi
no.
roll?
We I just did the hibachi steak and shrimp,
sounds good.
Surf and turf.
but we
Oh,
didn't
you
do the.
cooked it at home. You didn't go out. Okay.
No, we went out. But we didn't do the big table. We found a booth and
Oh, okay. Little cozy little corner.
yes.
Did you have a
You're
little
you're such a
curtain in front?
romantic, Donald. You don't like to admit it, but you've got a romantic streak in you.
Oh, I admit it.
Did you play footsies underneath the table?
Personally.
You're the one that pointed out he had a doctor, and
You don't have to shift your eyes. We get the hint.
like I said, you're the one that pointed out he had a doctor in his, yesterday.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing.
I don't remember half the shit I say.
No, Paul did. Remember when he said you had a doctrine and cat
That
eating?
I don't believe, Donald.
Oh yeah, I
Your-
vaguely
your
remember that.
memory is
Trying to
such
be,
that you remember
little
everything
clean
you
here.
say.
Yeah, I tried to block that out because I remember that comment because it came out of left field. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I remember that. I remember what the hell we were talking about something that had nothing to do with that, and Paul just randomly says that. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Well, they were talking about the discussion was about all the different things that people get doctorates in and educated, useless things, and they don't.
Oh, that's
I
not
wouldn't be-
useless.
I was about to say that's not a useless.
But the
That's
doctor.
what gets you a sugar mama right there.
Yeah, I'm going to blame Jason for coming in and saying he was from Vagina Beach.
Yeah.
Beach.
Messed up my train of thought when you said that.
Andrew
Forgot
said
what I was doing.
Mark looks like a Floridian right now. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He just needs a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, I'm telling you, with that
Oh,
little
I've
hair.
got a few. I've
He
got
look
a few
like everybody's
Hawaiian
creepy uncle in Florida.
shirts. I've got a few Hawaiian shirts upstairs.
I can know what you need, Mark,
This one's
behind you.
a,
You need like a background from
Oh.
Mad Max, and you'd look like one of the villains.
Yeah.
You just kind of sit there.
mini me.
Just walk away. Leave the fuel and walk away.
I wonder what a sovereign citizen would do in Mikey's case. Oh, it'd be all about a right to travel with the drone. I have a right to travel. I don't need a license.
I wasn't flying. I wasn't technically flying the drone because I wasn't flying. I was controlling the drone.
Yeah. Oh,
Is there a law
yeah.
about controlling a drone?
Hey, if you can't
Yeah,
fly
or two.
the drone, does that mean you can't even take it in a suitcase on a plane?
It's all schematics, pilot control
Technically,
is
that's
a
flying.
suggestion.
Yeah, exactly. No, they would talk about how they had the right to travel. It's a free country, and if you have to have a license, that's because you're commercial work. I'm not commercial. I'm a private citizen.
Mhm.
That's why I'm sovereign citizen. Fucking morons.
Yeah, I'm flying my drone away on holiday.
It's like you can spout that shit to the cop all you want. If your car ain't registered, your ass is going. Your car's getting towed. Look out of here. I don't care how much you spout off to that cop. He's not just gonna walk away and be like, okay. And he'll just be making shit up. Yeah. And the thing is like, what pisses me off the most about those sovereign citizens is they purposely go out and try to start shit with people. Like they'll go to the post office and like just start shit with employees in there. Or they'll
Yeah.
go to a courthouse and try to start shit with the bailiffs in the
Those aren't the
courthouse. So
sovereign
I'm like,
citizens. Those are the auditors.
well, they're kind of the same in a way, though.
A little different.
I think, well, yeah, you're right. They're auditors, but they're a little bit more aggressive. The sovereign citizens tend to only get aggressive when they actually get pulled over or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they put themselves in situations to get pulled over because they'll literally be driving a car with no tags on it. And it's like you stick out like a sore thumb when you don't have tags on the vehicle. And
Who
a
the
cop's
hell
going to end up
like-
pulling you.
Who the hell
What?
Drive to
decided to
Covington.
call them auditors anyway? Auditing is a valid and honourable profession. What they do, isn't it?
Yeah, but they think they're doing right.
Yeah, they think they're auditing the cops and the different government agencies and all
But
that.
they're gonna straighten out everything that they don't like.
Well, what happens is they end up just, pissing the cops off, and then they end up in jail instead.
Yeah.
And then the funny part is, 99% of them then want the public paid attorney to defend them.
Just like that one that was arguing about being able to film in the courthouse, and the judge literally had a set rule for the courthouse that you could not record in there. And honestly, you shouldn't be able to record in the courthouse because there's private cases going on in there.
A judge can't control an entire courthouse. He can only control his court.
Inside his courtroom.
Well, apparently, from what the cops said, the bailiff said, is that the judge said you cannot record in a courthouse,
Mm-hmm.
and they had signs up, and the guy was trying to do public. Now, I know some most court cases are public, but there might be a witness in there that's going to testify, and then you catch him on camera, or
Okay.
something.
So, can you stand
Or-
outside the courthouse on the public street? You might see the witness there.
And it's not, but it's a
Mhm.
point of,
No.
you don't
It's
need
still-
to record in a courthouse if you have no business being there.
That's
You
right.
don't need to be.
You don't need to be.
Because
But is it
being at the
but is it
courthouse
illegal?
is still
But that's what
conducting
they're-
business, though.
But that's what they are fighting against. Is it's not about your need to do something, it's about your right to do something.
But at the same time, though, a courthouse in a way is still somewhat of a business because you have to go in there, file paperwork,
Nope,
you pay to
it's-
file paperwork.
It's public property.
I understand that, but if you don't have a reason or business going on in the
Oh,
courthouse,
so you can't go to the park unless you have an official reason? It's public property. You can't be on the sidewalk unless you have a reason.
what would you officially be doing at a park, though? If you're at a courthouse, you're either there for a court case or you're
But
there to
that's-
file paperwork or something like that. If you were not
Or you-
doing
or you
any
might
of
be
that,
there-
what
or
is
you
your
might be there
reason
to
for
look
doing
at-
it?
I can go to the courthouse over in Carthage. It's historic. It's got an old elevator that is really interesting. It's got some artwork. Almost every courthouse has artwork.
Well,
He sounds like an auditor.
We have
I'm
public
just-
galleries in our
the best
courtrooms where you can actually go and watch any case you want to. If
Yeah.
I
Tax
think a
on
lot of the
the vehicle.
auditors are assholes, but I understand the argument. Instead of just
Yeah,
saying
but-
they're wrong,
But to
understand their
go
argument.
out of your way to go somewhere that you're not conducting any business at just to start shit, though, to me,
What business? What
Like
makes
if
it,
you,
what makes
I'm
it
saying
official
it,
business?
I'm saying would be there to be filing paperwork, or you have a court case there that you're involved in.
Or you're wanting to see a mural that is there.
Oh,
You
for
want to
fuck's sake.
want
I'm
you want to see
saying
the architecture of a historic
when you're
building?
going out of your way to go there
Is
to
it
just
is
piss
it
the
is
bailiffs
would it be
off,
valid? Would it be valid to go there because you want to see the architecture in the building?
if that was your reasoning and you weren't starting shit with the
Okay.
bailiffs
So
unnecessarily.
if I had a camera out and was recording the architecture of the building, and the bailiff come over and told me I can't do that, would I not be
But that is
in my right to
exact.
say, listen, this is
But
public
that
property, and I'm
that
just
isn't
taking
an
pictures of.
exact. But that's an exact excuse that an auditor will use to get a conflict going with the bailiff unnecessarily.
It sounds to me like the bailiff is starting an unnecessary conflict with the person who's wanting to take pictures of the architecture.
For all you, but the bailiff could just be out there seeing what they're doing, just as a
And they say,
security
I'm just
reason.
taking pictures. Okay.
But
And
a
the
lot
bailiff
of
should walk
times,
away.
but a
But-
lot of times they get super aggressive when they're just asked a simple
Oh, you're
question.
right. Police officers do get super aggressive.
No, that's
Yeah.
not what I'm saying.
They do. They
I'm
escalate.
saying when I have seen when
They
auditors
should
are doing.
de-escalate.
No, I see when an auditor uses an excuse like that. Oh, I'm just here to film the architecture, and then the cop
Oh,
comes
so it's
out
an
and asks
excuse.
them.
How are you proving them wrong?
But the cop will come out and ask them very kindly, "What's your business here? What are you doing?" And the person will immediately get aggressive with the officer, knowing that it's going to start something. So they're going out of their way to start shit. Is what I'm saying.
Did they approach the officer, or did the
I don't
officer
believe
approach
in
them?
going up. I don't think you should be going up and harassing officers for no reason.
No, did the officer approach them, or did they approach the officer?
Why doesn't the officer have a right just to approach him to ask him?
Was the officer
But you just said that they went
But
up to
that's
the
a gun-
officer. You made the argument that
Imagine
they're
if
going
they would have
aggressive to the
done that with
officer.
Timothy McVeigh.
You're
Let's
making
use
the
that an
claim.
excuse.
You're making the claim that they are aggressively approaching the officer, and then you back up and say, no,
I
the
didn't
officer
say
has the right to go
aggressive.
up to them.
No, I didn't say aggressively approaching. I said they will get aggressive when asked questions. And
Hey,
there'll be basic, simple questions that the officers are not
Okay.
aggressive about.
What? For an example, what is the aggressive? What would they say that's aggressive?
I'm saying when a cop would walk up to him and ask him, "Why are you filming why are you filming the building?" And it could be that the officer's not asking.
Okay, you
them.
told me what the officer says. What do they say that's aggressive?
I'm saying their tone and everything will get aggressive. It doesn't have to be
Okay,
specifically what they're. It's they'll get aggressive, and they're only doing that. They're
I would
only
say
using
I would
that-
say not aggressive because they're not the one approaching the officer. You mean defensive?
if you're legitimately doing a documentary on architecture
Uh-huh.
for buildings, there's no reason you can't walk in there very kindly and let them know, "Hey, I'll be outside filming the building. I'm doing this." But when you're using that as an excuse just to start something, which most of them do,
Hmm.
they're not there to film the
Yeah.
architecture. They're there to start a shit with the cops.
Mhm. They
And
might
so
be
they're
fishing.
using that as an excuse.
They might be fishing, but
Okay, but that makes you a piece of shit
But
in my
that-
book. I'm sorry.
that doesn't make them illegal. Being
No,
a piece
I'm
of shit
just
is not
saying.
illegal. It's not illegal to be a piece of
I
shit.
didn't say it was illegal.
Joe,
I never
Joe is
said it was
committing a
illegal.
crime right now.
I never said that was illegal. I said I don't
Joe's
like
minding his
people.
own business, and I'm trying to.
I
No,
know.
but I'm
just
saying, I'm-
listening to it. I'm thinking, go get some popcorn in a minute.
I never said it was illegal. I'm saying I don't like people that
Well, that's the
purposely
point.
go out to start shit with first responders.
But that's the
Because
point.
there's been people that have done it with firefighters. There's
Right,
people that have
right.
gone into post office to start shit with post office workers for no reason.
No. Start shit is you're. They are going and doing something, and the other
When you're
people approach them
wa-
and tell them they can't. That's what starts the shit, and that's why they call them. That's why they're auditors, because most of the times these videos that you see,
So is
They-
a post office a public place?
yes,
You know there's rules about filming in there, right?
rules but not laws.
It doesn't matter. It's a
Yes, it
place
does.
of it's a
Yes,
place
it does.
of
They
business.
they put policies.
It is a
up.
place of business. If you have no business
Uh,
being in that office, you can't just standing around in there all day. They can ask you to leave and they can trespass you just like any other company could. Just like any business could.
Depends on if it's operating out of a public building or not.
People have been trespassed out of courthouses.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean it
So-
was right.
Why isn't it right? If you're there causing a nuisance, why can't you be trespassed from a public area?
How
You
is
can
standing in
be.
one place being a nuisance?
When
Okay,
you walk
let me-
into a post office and you're shoving your camera in the
See,
employees'
now
faces,
you're
That's
adding
entering
things. You're adding context that wasn't there.
Employee's personal space.
that is actually
Now
happening.
you're
There's
saying
multiple-
shoving a camera in somebody's face. That I don't see that happen very often. Let me ask you a question. Can I walk into
Oh,
can I
fucks.
walk into a post office and stand there and look around?
Can't argue. With
I'm just saying,
stupidity.
can I walk? Am I allowed to walk into a post office without a camera and look around?
That's not the point.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Okay,
Because
the answer to the question is
But
that a yes
are
or
you
no?
going in to start an issue with them?
Can I walk in and look around?
But the whole point of them walking in there, walking around, is they're trying to prove a point that they're allowed to
can
film
I?
in there.
Are they?
You can, yes. But
Then what's the
at
point?
the same reason, it doesn't matter if that post office is a public place, they can still set rules for inside their building that you have to follow. You
No.
don't follow those
Not,
rules, they can
not
have
those
you.
rules violate the law.
You don't have to have a law. So you're saying what? Walmart
It's-
tells you you can't film
Walmart
inside
is a
their
private.
buildings?
Walmart
A
is not
post
a
office
public
is not a
place.
public place. It's a private place with public access.
And I would say the post office is the same way. It's a just like any
That's
other
what I
business.
just said the post office was.
People have been trespassed from a post office. Is that illegal to trespass somebody from there? For violating rules that they had set in place? Because I've seen plenty of body cam footage where they have.
Post offices are not private property, though.
It doesn't matter.
It does change
What-
things.
Okay, but they can set ordinances for parks and those are considered public places. There's still rules in the parks.
They
You're
are
pretty
private
much saying if it's a
property. They're
public
owned by
place,
the post
you can't
office.
set any rules for it, is what you're saying.
I didn't say any rules.
But if they say you can't film in here because that's a rule that they set for inside their building,
That's
why
unconstitutional.
how is that unconstitutional?
Because you have a right to film anything that you can see with your eyes from a public
But
place.
the post office technically isn't a government
If it's a
agency,
public place, yes.
but it's not a government
If it's a
agency.
public building, they are allowed in there.
It's government funded, but it's not technically a government agency though.
Well, most of our post offices are actually shops with a post office
hmm
inside them.
What are you
So
talking
they
about? Dusty, are you
they're
listening to
basically
any
a
of this
franchise.
conversation? I'm defending the cops. I think it's stupid when people go out of their way to start shit with them. Because they're trying to prove a point that they don't need to prove.
Well, let's take it one step further. You guys can debate this.
Yeah,
What
Dre's
happens
in the
if
chat
some-
now,
what
so
happens
he'll
if
sort it
somebody
out.
goes
Yeah,
into
Dre will come in
someplace
and tell us
and
the
is
actual
wearing-
facts.
Yeah.
Wearing a body cam, and it is recording the whole thing. Is that legal?
Do what now? Sorry, I didn't
Hey,
hear
Andrew.
half of what you
The
said.
average individual, because now you can have body cams and cameras on you all the time. Is it legal
Right.
for you to walk in someplace with that body cam recording everything and everybody?
Well, one of the biggest things, okay, so one case that an auditor tried to make was they can film inside a police department. Well, the police department said they don't like people filming in there because what if somebody comes in that is trying to report a rape or something and they want to be private about it and they're coming up to the front desk to report it and
You
you're
know,
sitting
Dre.
there recording them with a camera in their face. And the cops feel like that's, they don't want to scare people away by somebody sitting in their lobby recording everybody coming in and out.
I'm just sitting here eating popcorn with Dre.
But
watching.
but everything in the police station is already being recorded and
But-
can be obtained with a FOIA request.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
Cops, police departments block body
might have to
cam
give me a
footage all the
beer.
time from being released. And then some police departments still don't use body cameras. Our sheriff's department doesn't use them. He's actually against body cameras. He doesn't like them. I don't know his exact reasoning, but
I know why.
people,
Like, can I get in here for a minute?
Uh-huh.
First, I want to thank Paul for inviting me into the Justice File show. This is what episode 115 into the new year.
Yeah, something like that.
To get back to the original courthouse scenario or even the post office scenario, there are certain, like I say, you have two things you go by. You have the letter of the law and you have the spirit of the law. Okay. I would say 60 to maybe 85% of the time, things are done within the spirit of the law. Now, with someone coming to even though it might have public access or even a public building like a library, okay, it's still a property that is controlled by certain rules and regulations, just like a post office is, a courthouse is, and other places like that. So if you become disruptive, your behavior doesn't mean you have to be loud or anything like that. But if your behavior becomes disruptive, you're filming people without their permission, without the authority of the people who control that building, who have the authorization to run that building, you can be asked to leave that building. And then if you refuse to leave, then you fall under trespassing laws at that point. So it's not
Certainly.
about this being a public spot or whatever the case may be. Like you guys were just talking about bringing in hidden cameras, body cameras, all that kind of stuff. You have to let people know you are filming them in a controlled environment. They are not in a public, as they say, outdoor public space that has the expectation of no privacy. When you're indoors, there is a certain expectation of a level of privacy, even though you're indoors in a public building. You have a certain level of privacy because you're not in public view. So when
You're in public view.
No, you're not. If
you can stand in there and view somebody, you're in public view.
No.
It's not. So I have to shut my eyes when I'm in there.
No, you shut your eyes, but you cannot film somebody, Donald. Let's be reasonable. Like I say, the spirit of the law and the actual law. Like I said, the spirit of the law, actual law. If you're going to the post office, you're going to the courthouse, you're going to the library, and you walk in there filming people, you are in violation of that policy of that building, even though it is public
policy,
access.
But not law.
I just said, when I just said the first thing, I said you had the spirit of the law and you have the actual
law.
And the literal law. In the spirit of the law, they can ask you to leave because your behavior is becoming disruptive to the business of the place. Okay, you're making people uncomfortable. You're not getting their permission to be filmed. So now your behavior is becoming disruptive. Can we agree on that fact?
I'm still playing devil's advocate here.
I know
I've been playing devil's advocate the entire time.
I know you are. That's why I'm saying even playing devil's advocate, we have to have a set. We have to have a baseline setting.
So, what is the disruption of holding a camera? If you're going up to somebody, that's one thing. But if you're just getting an overview shot of the building, you're not focusing on anybody. You're just kind of getting shots of the entire place. You're not actually targeting anybody. What is the difference between that and looking around?
Okay. Did you ask permission of the people who operate the facility that you could film?
You don't have to.
Yes,
you don't have to.
Yes,
Depends on if it is a public building.
Anything within your eyesight is legal to
No,
film.
no,
depends on
Till.
if it's a
No, Till.
depends on you can't go into a private business and do this. But if it is a public building that is open to the public areas, you can stand there, right? There's no
But I think-
law
we're
preventing you
talking-
from standing there,
we're-
correct?
I think there's a
Now you're
courtesy
talking-
of letting them know first.
Hold up, Justin. Let me address it. Now you're talking about standing. First, we're talking about filming. Filming is a behavior.
Okay, standing.
Is
Okay, so I can
filming a
stand.
behavior? Or you can stand all day.
I can look.
You can look around all day, but you
Looking is a
cannot
behavior.
film. Like I say, no, looking is just like standing. When you're standing with your eyes open, you're looking, right? That's a natural action of life. Okay.
I just said.
You just said filming. Filming was the key word. You said filming. That where you draw the line. Because
Why?
now your behavior is disruptive. Now you
What
come
about
in
the
there.
Constitution?
No, we're way down the line on that, Tim. But let me finish here. Now, I'll even add to your argument, Donald. Now, let's say you're an unhoused person and you smell bad and you're disheveled and everything else, and you come into the courthouse, you come into the library, you come into the post office, and you're reeking of urine and everything else that you could possibly be reeking of, now your behavior can be disruptive because you are upsetting the rest of the people coming into that facility, and you can be asked to leave based upon your physical condition. Just if you come in there and you were drunk, I could ask you to leave because of your physical condition, not because
not unless
you're drinking.
Not unless I was disruptive being drunk. I can be drunk and be perfectly.
Yeah, you can be drunk and you act normal, but if you're drunk and you're reeking of alcohol,
It's called a functioning
Well,
alcohol.
if you drunk and start acting like Tim, then we're gonna make you leave.
there you go. That's why. Now listen up. If we say that's why we have laws about being drunk in public. You all know that, right? Being drunk in public, and we're
That's called disorderly. Disorderly.
There you go. There you go. You're drunk in public doesn't mean whatever the case may be. You're out there kind of kissing all the clerks and everything else, and feeling on whoever customers' booties and stuff. But you're
That's
drunk in
totally
public.
different.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they don't arrest you for that behavior. They arrest you for being drunk in public. They don't
Touching
all the-
everybody's
all-
booty.
Right,
I
right,
just say
right.
the
Okay.
fact- the
There's
fact
a
that-
fine line. There's a fine line in between disorderly and drunk. Like you can get to that borderline and be a happy drunk, and then you become disorderly, you're off to jail.
There you go.
So you're saying the presence of a camera is what can get you kicked out?
Yes.
Can there be
I don't
security
believe
cameras
that.
in the same area?
I don't believe that.
Provided by the people who
That's a
operate the
different
facility.
Why
I
are
do
they
not
not?
believe
Why
that.
are they not intrusive as well?
Okay, so my whole point was,
Just
if
instead
you're
of grown
there
folks
to
is
leg-
talking. Grown folks talking. Shut
no,
up now.
I'm saying, my whole point is if you're legitimately there to film the building, then as a courtesy, you should let them know that, hey, I'm doing a documentary on architecture,
You
whatever
do.
you're doing.
They usually do after-
You
when
go
they're
The
to
approaching, they
auditors
say that.
don't do that.
Auditors
Auditors
usually
will
say that when
No, they
when they're
won't. They'll
approached, they usually say,
I
"I'm
have-
I'm just I'm getting
Dude,
footage
I've
for a
watched like
story."
1,000 body cam footages of this shit. They'll stand out there uncomfortably filming everybody coming in and out of the building to the point to where security will come out and ask them what they're doing, and then they start the confrontation.
Right?
Yeah.
But see, like I say, the difference you're talking about inside and outside. Now, if you're outside, one, there's no expectation of privacy outdoors in public spaces.
Actually,
Okay.
I would say the no
It
expectation
depends.
of privacy extends
Yeah.
to any public space.
No,
It depends on where the nature strip and the
It would extend to
sidewalk
any
and-
public place, any public
Right.
accessible place.
no.
You don't have an
Yeah,
expectation of privacy.
That's
Because
why. I'm asking a simple scenario right here. Do they
Because-
allow people? Do they allow people to solicitate inside of a post office and libraries and courthouses?
that's actually approaching somebody.
No, you said somebody can be there, the public space, no
But-
expression of privacy.
they're
Whoa,
approaching
whoa,
somebody.
whoa, whoa.
That's what you're saying. So-
No,
so they-
no,
they're-
you're changing the scenario of
No,
approaching
no.
somebody. Solicitation is actually going up and making contact with somebody. That
So
is a
it's
different
filming.
thing than
So it's
standing
filming.
there.
So it's filming.
No,
Is
it's
this
no
what
different
you
than
mean
looking.
by
Filming is no
flipping?
different than looking.
You
No, it
flipped?
ain't. No, it ain't.
Filming is no
can
different than
That's,
looking.
that's why you
Can
go
you-
into courthouses and they have signs that say no video, no this, no that.
Inside the
It doesn't
courthouse.
matter.
Inside the
That's why
courtroom.
that's why I just said, Donald, when you go inside, you guys
Inside the
inside the
courtroom.
public. No. Inside the court building, period. In the courtroom, you follow the judge's rules.
It's what
He
they
can tell
present
everybody
as
to do
a
whatever he
law.
wants to do.
Mhm.
It's
I'm just trying
what
to tell
they
you.
present as a law. It's not constitutional, but it's law on that state
I'm
or
just
that.
trying to tell you, next time you guys go to the post office, next time you go to the library, next time you go to the courthouse, please look on the walls and see the signage that is up there. It tells you about no videoing inside, no this and that inside
We
this building,
own that.
even though it's a public building.
Right.
Right, but hospitals can technically be considered a public domain.
No,
But
it's
yeah.
private.
No,
It's-
Not
it's
all
a public-
hospitals
it's-
are private. Not
No.
all hospitals are private. Some are owned by cities and counties.
Right.
Okay.
But because of HIPAA laws, you're not allowed to film in those, and it says it right on the thing. So would HIPAA laws
Yes,
be
it does.
violating the Constitution?
Yes, it does. Yep.
No, you have a right to
Well,
privacy.
whatever
you
medical-
pay tax
No,
That's
HIPAA,
what-
HIPAA laws don't. HIPAA laws don't violate the Constitution because that's your
Now, hold
personal
on.
information.
If you pay
But-
taxes for something, you're allowed to film there. You pay that police department's taxes. You pay for that police department.
But my
actually,
whole
Tony.
point of this whole argument was why go out of your way to start a confrontation
I
with somebody that
wouldn't.
doesn't need to be there?
I fucking wouldn't. I don't know anybody else would.
I'm
But
not
if
gonna
you do,
walk
go
into,
ahead.
but see, I get the police department's point, right? Like if somebody's coming in and they're very uncomfortable or they're very scared because they just got raped or they just saw a murder and they're very nervous and they're coming in there, do they want some random dude sitting in their lobby filming them coming in and out when they're trying to come in to report
No.
things?
No, that would be wrong.
Well, see, that's
But
what I'm
usually
saying.
that's not done. That's not done
But-
at the front desk, Justin. That's done.
No,
in-
but they're
yeah,
still having to come
maybe
into the
be-
front desk to say,
No,
hey, I need to
right when they
report
say,
something.
right when they say rape, they say, okay, come here and we'll put you in a
Right,
room,"
but
and
they
do
still
it
have to walk
privately.
into the police office. They still have to walk
Yeah,
in there
but
and say,
right
hey,
when
I
they
need.
say the word, right when they say the word rape, boom, right
Yeah,
into
but
the
you
section.
still, but what I'm
Keep it
saying is you
private.
still have to come into the front lobby and let them know you need to talk to somebody. And that's where the uncomfortability
Yeah, but
comes.
they're not going to
And I
talk
s-
about it in the front lobby.
No, I didn't say they're gonna talk about it, but they still have to walk into that front lobby to let somebody know they need to
But
talk
that's
to
what
them.
I'm saying. After they
But
say the word
they
rape,
may
they're
still
right
feel
into a room.
Right, but they still may be uncomfortable walking into a police department where some randos just sitting there filming them,
Were you
coming in and
uncomfortable?
out.
Were you uncomfortable?
I was very uncomfortable.
Okay.
I got gang raped by that swimsuit model,
You know,
modeling.
here's the thing.
you know.
We are a nation of laws, not a nation of Justin's comfort.
Oh, fuck it, I give up.
Dude, it was a bus full of you know,
Fuck. Shut up.
sounds like Tim's experience going
Shut
to
up.
PD claiming rape.
Shut up.
Look at JD.
What did he say? I'm like, Tim has experience going to police. Well, hey. No, fuck. I wish I could. Nobody would fucking touch me.
But like I said, my whole
Never
argument
going
at the
to.
very beginning of this was just, I don't think you should go out of your way to start things with innocent people that aren't bothering anybody. And
I
like,
think people should
especially,
know. I think people should know the county laws and the Constitution, because the Constitution is not going to hold you rightable for the county laws, because they're not amendments, but they're laws that made up by that town, and they abide by them, and
well, see,
they're fact.
well, my whole question was, is like Donald said, you could go into a courthouse and because it's a public building, he's claiming that you should be able to film in there. Well, if a
all.
hospital, but
Not
if a
all states.
hospital's a public domain,
Chinese
because it's a
national.
county hospital owned by the county,
In
is
the
those
public,
HIPAA
in the
law,
public rooms,
are those HIPAA laws violating the Constitution, even though
like-
they're law?
No, if say in the
Because it doesn't
say in the
say
lobby, the lobby would be one thing. Going
Public.
into somebody's private room or going to the records would be a violation of HIPAA laws. Standing in
Would
the
be.
lobby and looking around is not a violation of HIPAA.
Public
it does
area.
say,
Public
in-
area.
in our lobbies in the hospitals, there are signs right there that says, please do not film.
But
Okay.
that's
This
their
area.
laws.
Okay,
That's
but-
not constitutional.
That's a
It
sign,
said
but
no, but right underneath it, they have the HIPAA laws stating why you're not allowed to
can
film.
can you look? Can you open your eyes?
Well, that's my whole point. That's what I'm asking you. Do those HIPAA laws violate the Constitution then?
No,
Even though they're laws, even though
No.
they're set in place,
I
would they
I
violate
don't
the
think they do,
Constitution?
because the HIPAA laws is like,
the
isn't it
HIPAA
a different
laws,
state?
HIPAA
No,
laws
the
regard
HIP-
the personal information.
right,
and
that's why
the
it doesn't
filming
violate the
is-
Constitution.
The filming rule may be using the HIPAA law as justification, but I don't think it actually applies, because you're standing there looking around, you get the same information as you would with a camera.
Well, okay, so some of the waiting or some of the patient rooms at Sarah's work have cameras in them,
What?
and they would literally say that due to
Fuck.
HIPAA rules, the doctors have to ask permission in order to use the camera in a room for specific cases.
Yes,
Where they
because
need
that
to
is where
monitor you?
private information is going to be exposed, and they're recording. That's why that. But out in the lobby is a different thing.
So that
If
would be
I'm in a fucking,
The
if
HIPAA
I'm in a
refers to your
doctor's
private
office
medical
in-
information,
if
and that
I'm
would
in
not
a
be
doctor's
exposed in the
off-
lobby.
if I'm in a doctor's office and he
Yeah,
says he has a camera
Are-
rolling, no
is-
way I would
is-
fucking be in that office.
No, you have to
Sorry.
ask, they
Excuse
have
me.
to ask
Am
you
I
for
getting any
permission.
money today? I just because
And
I'm
there's
a
going to
light-
meeting and I just wanted.
There's
to
a
know.
light on the wall
Yeah,
that
well,
turns green
every-
if it's on.
yeah, well,
And
that's
it-
everybody can too. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
There's, but like two of their rooms in there are patient rooms and they have a bubble camera up in the corner. And there's a light on the wall. If it's red, it's turned off. And then they have to ask you for permission in certain cases if they need to monitor you remotely. They'll say,
Well,
can we use the camera?
in our today's society, I think that's just a security element, especially when you have opposite sex doctor patients.
Right, right.
There's an added amount of
Right.
security for legality. So once somebody can come out and say the doctor assaulted me, raped me, or whatever, in Tim's case, put his fist up my butt, whatever.
There it is. There it is.
Right. And you know, so that way everybody's protected. And that's what I said. They
I'm
have to ask
protected
you.
with the camera.
Yes, there you are for that
Not-
purpose.
There you go.
But
Not
as you
hippo.
gentlemen, I have to go. I have to actually go earn some money today. So you rest of you folks enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, enjoy
Well,
that.
thank you for that
while it lasts.
outspoken thing there, Dre. I appreciate
Well,
it, bro.
you're always a great, I say, analogy person, Tim. You always put
Yes.
the right analogy.
Oh, you trying to get
Yes,
that
I
last
always
drone
do.
job in before they ban it there, Dre?
You
Hey,
take
dude,
care, Dre.
I got
Have
a
good
month
day,
worth
bro.
of work. That's what to do. I got them flying this weekend. I had 2 jobs yesterday, job today. Next weekend's full. My first free weekend is the 28th and 29th.
Trying to get that retirement built up real quick before they
You
ban
got
it.
that right, brother.
Just tell Justin, you don't have to get that thing out and stir that pot. We're gonna be flying for years.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why
All right. Later,
look,
guys.
Dre's
later.
forehead's almost
Take
as
care,
shiny
Dre.
as Joe. You guys are sweating over there. I'm telling you.
Look at him. Look at him. Sweating. All right, take care, Dre.
Poking
Don't
the
look all
bear,
nice
I'm
and
telling
dry
you.
like Mark's head does, you know.
Mark said, "Fucking
What's up, Jonathan?
And it's not hippo rules, cool cat. It's HIPAA.
HEPA."
Hippo.
It's not
Hippo.
They got some
rules.
hippos in there though, boy, I'll tell you.
It's HEPA.
Joe, I sent you a message.
Oh, I think he was yelling at his tenants on the phone. Did you hear
Oh
him?
shit.
He was like, "Am I gonna get any money today? I gotta go to the credit union." I'm pretty sure he was yelling at his tenants.
I
Mm.
gotta buy another drone. What the fuck?
I need a third Air 2S. I crashed 2 this week.
Fuck it.
Ah,
Dude, I can't play ranked on Fortnite. It keeps on saying matchmaking error. Bullshit.
dude, they've
Hey,
been having all
Jonathan.
kinds of connection issues.
Fucking over.
Sean got kicked twice last night.
He got kicked during my live. But
Yeah, he
2
got
times?
kicked. He got kicked twice last night when we were still playing. Right at the end when we were playing. Oh, I wasn't
Yeah.
playing, but him and
Oh,
Lola.
I
hit.
died. I got fucking killed, so I left. Check your Fortnite. I added you, but I'm only keeping a certain amount of people on my fucking Fortnite.
Cool cat, very Elton John looks, and happy birthday
Did you
to
check
the
your
king.
Fortnite?
No, I haven't been on
Sent you
there
a
today
friend
at all.
request.
No, I haven't even pulled it up yet today. So. I'll get on there after I get off here.
What's up, Jonathan? How you doing, buddy?
I think people are catching on.
I just want to play ranked, man. And it keeps on matchmaking there. Matchmaking. Right. I got platinum, Justin. Justin, I got
Oh,
platinum.
nice.
Hmm.
I think people are catching on. If you've been on Facebook Marketplace lately, there's always been a lot of drones for sale on there. But
What?
if that ban actually goes through, though, the amount of drones that are going to flood the market, dude, oh my god.
No, it's going to be a ripple effect, man. I'm telling you, if they ban this shit, what else is going to be banned and what else can they brick? It's going to be a ripple effect. America is going to be fucked with cell phones.
Well, none of the cell phones are being made there anymore.
I'm just saying, everything else that's made by China or whatever thing, it's going to be a ripple effect. Let's see what happens.
Like I said, I think it's a bigger part of If you look at all the companies leaving there and stuff, I think they're trying to slowly kill them off
Yeah,
because they're starting to move a lot of manufacturing out of there.
what's up, Jonathan? What's good, man? Why am I
Potatoes.
seeing potatoes on sale for $400 with batteries and everything? What the
Oh, those
FPV?
are those are kind of old now though. What are those, like
Is that
3 years
the
old now?
the one
Original.
with the Transformer startup?
Yeah, that's the original one, the big bulky ass
That's
one.
the only thing I liked about it. When Ari brought it to the house and he started up and it sounded like the Transformer thing, I fucking loved it. I was
Well, I
about
mean,
to get it.
with the Vada 2 just coming out recently, now that drone's like 2 generations behind.
Yeah, but that
And
drone was
it's
just like the M2. You know what I mean?
what,
It
3
was
or
really heavy.
3 or 4 years old now?
I held that one in my hand, in my left hand, and I had my Mavic 2 Zoom in my right hand. It felt the same. It was
Actually,
fucking
I
awesome.
think it's 4 years old because that drone, the first time I ever saw that drone in person was at the first drone meetup when that dude
No,
went on
it was 3
Maverick and
years old.
he crashed it into the water.
Oh no, that was 3 years ago, man.
No, they just had the 4th meetup this year.
Halber only passed away 4 years ago.
Yeah, and they just did the 4th meetup this year.
That meetup was all about Rick Halber, but now it's not. But that was supposed to be for Rick Halber. But nobody's riding the flag. Nobody's fucking doing anything about it.
I don't even know. I think Ron got that banner. I think Ron
I
has it.
hope Ron got it because he would.
I think he does.
Good, because he would keep it safe.
Yeah, because they accidentally put RIP Prick
Yeah.
instead of Rick.
Yeah, Rick.
Yeah, look.
I remember that on the that was
They
the
put-
tap to focus, right?
They
Tap to
put
focus.
RIP and Rick too close
R.I.P.
together on the
Prick.
banner.
All right, Prick.
Yeah, it looked like
Yeah,
RIP
all right, Prick.
because
And
what it
fucking
was.
Ron, the first fucking meetup, tapped the focus because when he did the drone coming away, it wasn't in focus, so we couldn't see it. And then it was RIP Prick. It didn't have the apostrophe.
Well, the problem
cracked
was
up.
it was
Full
like
stop.
2 or 3 sections that they wrote part of the banner on, and then when they connected them, RIP and Rick were way too close to each other, and nobody noticed it
RIP Prick.
until after Ron did the video, and then everybody was like, "Oh fuck."
I think Matt noticed it first, and we like all messaged him, and he goes, "Oh fuck!" And then if you see the next banner, it had big 2 big fucking commas in it. It was fucking good. It was good.
Yeah, because Matt gave Ron shit about tap to focus for the last
Tap
4
the
years
focus.
about that.
Yeah. Fuck, that was funny, man. It was all in Rick's fucking Rick's memorial, and it was so fucking hilarious when they had that first
Well,
drone
I
meetup.
didn't know Rick because I came in like right before he died. I want to say like a month or 2, and he wasn't really around much.
You weren't on the panel with Rick? He used to come on the
No.
panel a lot.
Because the last 3 or 4 months he was alive, he wasn't really in the chats a
Yeah,
lot
but
and
he
stuff,
was in
'cause he was.
he was in the chat when we were on Jim's panel, and Jim like
I didn't
stopped
know him, though.
everybody and no, Jim stopped everybody and said, "Are you listening what Rick is saying in the chat?"
That was
And Rick
before I
saying
came in.
Rick was no, I think you were on the panel.
Rick
But
was
Rick
only
was saying-
alive maybe 2 weeks or a month before after I came into the thing, and then he passed away.
But
Because I
Rick
remember
was-
at the first meetup, I was kind of hesitant about being in the pictures because I didn't know him, you know.
Rick was saying in the chat, he goes, "I'm having kidney failure. I'm having this. I'm on dialysis." And Jim stopped everybody and said, "Are you listening and seeing what Rick's saying in the chat?" And yeah, that hit us hard with Rick because Rick was everywhere. I mean, he sent everybody everything. He sent me a Stein. He did everything for everybody, man. He was a cool guy.
I didn't really get the chance to really meet him.
Yeah, but you only came in here like what 2 years after I did, so I don't think you met Rick. You didn't meet the other guys.
He was still alive like the first couple of them, like either month or 2 I was in
Was
the
he?
community,
Alright.
and then he passed away right after that, and then that's when they set up the Or no, actually, it would have been before that. Because I started meeting everybody on Facebook. I want to say about 2 or 3 months before the first meetup. So he might have already passed away
Well,
because
Scott, he
they
did
kind
that.
of put that meetup together because of him. So
Well,
wanna
we did
s-
like Matt, me, and Ray
it was
Kelly.
Rick
We
Halbert,
suggested it.
Jonathan. That was way before you came into the community.
Yeah, it was me, Matt, and Ray. I came up with Matt and I said, let's do a memorial. Let's do, can we get drones around the world? And then Matt came up with a collection of videos. And it says it in Matt's video, and he goes, in the idea of Tim and Ray, Ray started the drone meetup. And that all started. Yeah, it was a good memorial. What hit me hard was Mike B. Because Mike B was on every one of my lives. He supported
I believe
me.
it
He
was sent
supported
to Rick and
Dan.
his family. Yeah, I'm not sure, Mike. I can't
Was
remember
it?
who got there. I think Ron still had it. Maybe he sent it to him. I don't know. But I want to say Ron had it at the end of the meetup. I don't know whatever happened
Rick,
with it though.
you're
But you might
talking
be
about
right.
Rick Halbert Jr.? Rick Halbert Jr.? I talked to him in Messenger, but he didn't say
I
nothing about
don't even know who
the
that is.
flag. That's Rick's son. He's the one that put out.
Hence the junior.
Video. Yeah, he is junior. We sent him the video, and you'll
Smart
see him
ass.
on Matt's video. If you check out Matt's video of that compilation, you'll see him in the comments. He talks about it. No, he was a good guy, Jonathan. You would have liked him. You would have got along with him. He came up on panels with us, and yeah, he was a good bloke. Really good guy.
Regardless of me Beaver meeting him. What?
Never.
He didn't say Beaver. He meant never.
Bever?
He said
Bever?
Bever, but then
Bever.
corrected it
But
with
he
never.
meant never. Never.
Regardless of me Bever meeting him. I'll give that to you, Jonathan. The B is close to them on the keyboard, so I'll let you have that one.
It is. It's right next to it. But no, you would have liked Rick.
Now it goes
Jonathan.
BNM.
He sent me a beer stein and it arrived on my birthday, my 50th birthday. I think. No, wait, when did he pass away, bro? Seriously. Was it my 48th?
Well,
or my
they
50th?
just did the fourth drone meetup, so
It was my 48th birthday then.
this next year will be the fifth one. Well, unless they ban drones, then it's gonna be the non-drone meetup.
It was my
Everybody will just
48th
bring their
birthday
RC
then.
Yeah, it's like,
cars.
hey, I was asked the other day, hey, are you gonna go next year? It's like, I don't know.
Everybody's just gonna bring kites.
You haven't been there, have you, Don? You
I've
haven't
never been to
there?
a
No.
drone meetup. No.
Like I said, everybody's just gonna bring a kite. You can bring your favorite kite.
And a key. Put a key on the string.
Not in
Yep.
Florida. Fuck that.
Not in Florida.
Liable to get hit by lightning. No, we'll see if there's gonna be a drone meetup next year. Since Joe missed the one this year. What are you going to bring, Joe? Your RC car? Underwater drone?
He said a fucking RC car.
Like I said, everybody can get into RC cars. Buy Traxxas.
And into gaming. Good thing.
JD can be the head of that new community because you'll have like a bunch of
Yeah.
guys flooding over to RC cars. There you go, JD. You can be the next Dovo.
Yeah, but JD fucking crashes, man. He does the big jumps and fucking wrecks them. It's fucking
Dude,
awesome.
like I said, I have seen him spend an hour or so on a live stream fixing his RC car up. And then the day or two later takes it out and literally within
Blowing
10
up.
minutes completely fucked the car up from
Blowing
jumping it off a ramp.
Do you remember when he caught that fucking
First annual
battery?
brick drone meetup.
Remember the battery he blew up? I think it was like a 2S.
Oh, when it caught on fire, yeah, but luckily he was
fire.
outside.
It could be
Yeah.
the Mass burial of our bricked drones.
Everybody comes there to bury their
Everybody,
drones. Little
everybody
graveyard.
comes and has a memorial service
Mass
for their
burial.
drones.
Yeah, but will Australia run with them? Run with that? Because Australia hasn't had that option. They haven't put that to anything.
Yeah,
in the
I was pretty close with Mike B, Jonathan.
We
He was
all
always
were.
a big, he was always a big supporter of my channel,
Is-
and we talked a lot outside of YouTube.
His girlfriend contacted me 5 hours after what happened on Discord. And I
Dude,
keep
he
on,
was.
man,
I
I keep on
miss
looking
his.
at the message, man. I keep
I
on
miss
looking
his
at.
nasty ass raunchy messages he used to put in my chat. He'd be
I
like,
miss
"Keep
his
talking, I haven't
tenacity.
finished yet."
I miss his tenacity when me and Dan used to be on live and him in the chat and in my chat, in my rowdy bunch. And yeah, I miss Mike B a lot. I still got that message in Discord from his daughter. It was 5 hours after he passed away. Because I felt bad because I messaged him and then he messaged me back, and I missed that because I was at work. Time differences. And by the time I got home from work, I sat down here at the computer and I read it. I'm like, motherfucker. And I
I
was like,
wasn't.
no. And then that's when I sent all the mass messages out to everybody. And that's
I
when
mean,
I put that video up.
I talked to Mike Rennick quite a bit too. Not too much outside of YouTube, but I did talk to him a lot in the chats and stuff. We weren't
Mike
like
Rennick and I didn't. Mike
I did
Rennick and
talk.
I didn't get along. We didn't get along.
I
Because
talked to him on Messenger I talked to him on Messenger quite a bit, but
yeah.
Mike, I actually talked on the phone quite a bit too and stuff too. He called me
Oh,
a
I'll
few
never
times.
forget about. I'll never forget about Mike B, Rick Halber, and the other guy. I forget his name.
If you guys
Well,
disappear from this live stream for a week, I'll forget who the hell you are.
Exactly.
That's
Rick
nice,
Halber, I'll
Donald,
never
thanks.
forget him, man. What he sent me and did for me, and
I was thinking about that the other day. There's somebody in the drone community that I used to chat with all the time before I ever went on any live streams. It was just hanging out in the chats. And I was trying to remember because it was always just like, hey, and they would sometimes be on panel, but I don't remember. I remember talking to them.
She
I
can't
cannot
who it
remember
was.
their name or anything.
like the
Well,
guy,
a lot of people
like
have changed their
like the
channel names
guy,
over the years too.
like the
So-
guy that used to be in Ken Herons, and he actually did a video on it. And I forget his name. I can't remember his name, but he did a video on it. He passed away.
Well, and that
Yeah.
person might still be around, but they may have changed their channel name too, because I said a
No,
lot.
Not
of
if he
guys-
passed away.
He passed away.
No, I'm talking about the guy
It's-
Donald's
it-
talking about.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's possible they could still be around, but a lot of people have changed their channel names
Maybe,
over the years
but
too.
it's just like I can remember because I remember they were redoing their computer setup, and I was talking to him about that. But yeah,
Huh.
I forget. I'm like a goldfish.
98% fiber. 98% fiber. Oh,
No, I
look.
haven't forgot about either one of them.
I'll never forget Rick, man. I got it right here on my desk, and it'll stay there. Yeah, that arrived on my birthday, and then I messaged Rick, and I said, "It arrived on my birthday, bro." And I was like, "Cheers, so much for that. I appreciate it." And he goes, "No worries." He's very spoken blue.
Oh yeah, the Albert videos were classic, JD. He used to.
Yeah,
I remember when he. I remember when he lost that 360. So he lost his 360 camera on the back of the dog,
Yeah, I remember that.
and he went back so many times trying to find that camera where the
And he
dog was
couldn't
at.
find it.
But then he went back when the snow thawed just to see if he could
was
find it.
too
He ended up
late.
finding a $100 bill on the ground while he was
Yeah.
looking for the camera.
$100 bill.
I was like, dude, that was fate right there.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember he went out there at least 3 or 4 times trying to find that damn camera. But it was all snowy at the time when Albert lost it, when it fell off of his back, and so he obviously couldn't find it. But I think they have like a certain waterproofness to them. So he wanted to go back out after the snow thawed to see if he could find it. And, he ended up, I remember he said he ended up finding $100 on the ground. I was like, damn.
That was like 2 weeks after he lost it. Right? Remember that?
And it was right after, I think it was right after he had gotten a new one. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Mark,
Oh, he did make you bracelets, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
yeah, JD printed a bunch of stuff for his family after he passed away and sent it to him.
Yeah. I remember he made bracelets for JD because remember he was on Matt's live and he went, "This is the bracelet."
It's gonna be the South Florida bowling
He
meetup,
showed it.
right? You gonna set all your drones up like bowling pins?
Well, you know, we could. That's Florida. We don't have one. We have Florida on that side. We have the Vegas one going to happen this year over on the west side. We don't really have anything right here in the middle. So
Was that Tom?
I'm thinking
Tom doing that?
I need to have a
What about
meetup
mine?
right here in Missouri. The middle states.
Hmm.
What
Middle
about
states
mine?
meetup. We're not going to fly drones. We're just going to play cornhole.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, I
just
thought you
don't-
made that
Drones
stuff
with the
back.
beanbags.
Oh, I thought you made that stuff after he passed away, JD. Okay, I didn't realize you made it before he passed away.
Oh, I
I
thought,
thought you had did that for him
I thought-
after.
but I thought
Okay.
Mike sent him bracelets. But I think he said on Matt's live one time he showed the bracelet. Am I wrong?
I remember something about a bracelet, but I don't remember to be honest with you.
Swore he showed it on Matt's live stream one day. It was on his wrist.
Yeah, didn't it have to do with something with?
I may be wrong. I'm always
I
wrong.
remember something about bracelets, but I don't know.
I swore he made one, and that was before JD got with Amy. That was way before that. I can't remember. Old age. I'm trying to get the fucking diamond rank now, but Fortnite won't let me rank up because I can't get on ranked.
Yeah, I remember when you had the printer issues, yeah.
Thinking, all right. I started printing a pretty fast way. Yeah, that's when he got the new printer, wasn't it? Because of that issue.
Oh, you got one thing right in there in your little banner there, Joe. They're not gonna fly.
Oh, ooh.
So when are you gonna start selling them drones, Joe? Come on now.
I'm buying another one today. What are you talking about?
You're buying
Uh-uh.
another one. Wow.
You better
Yeah.
hold off. You're gonna need that money for shipping.
I'm leaning towards it's hard to justify. It's kind of like why part of the reason I'd never upgraded my drone, and now I have another reason. But it's hard to justify something when the thing you have works and is serviceable.
I think you need
Yep.
to get the X4.
That's what I'm leaning to.
I think you would use that more than a drone because honestly,
I-
you don't use your drone much now.
See,
I think I
see,
would
was
too.
right.
But I've got the Fusion. It just takes
I was-
it's a ton of processing. It's not as good a
I was right,
resolution.
Justin. I was right, Justin. He made it for Amy, and then
Well, what if you
more.
what if you sold the Fusion to cover some of the costs of the X4?
how much you want for the
Do
Fusion?
you think you could get anything for that?
A
How
GoPro
much do you
Fusion?
want- How much do you want for the Fusion?
I don't know how much
I wonder
you
what-
get for a
look
Fusion.
on
Let me look
eBay
on
and see.
Facebook.
I don't
You go to
know.
Facebook
check-
Marketplace
check it
real
out.
quick.
Check it out
Or-
and then.
Or
See
check
here.
eBay too and see how much they're going for in there.
Yeah, I don't care.
Because like I
just want-
said, you might be able to get rid of that or some old
No, I
equipment you're
just-
not using and cover the cost of that.
Don, I just want a camera to put on the back of my Ute through my work site. That's what I want.
Get yourself like an X3 or something.
No.
Just go get it from Matt. He don't know how to use it anyway.
But what's the battery life on that, Donald?
I don't know. I've never run it out.
Like I said, just go get Matt's X3. You don't even know.
It's
how to
not
use the
something
shit
that I
anyway.
leave on for a long period either.
Oh,
But
Yeah, like
I
a
did.
time lapse.
I did a 360 drive from Carthage through Webb City.
Why don't
And
you
that
get up
was
with
about 20 minutes there,
what?
but
you wanna-
I stopped that far.
If you want to buy
Yeah.
one, why don't you get up with Ron? He just got the X4 and see if he's selling the X2.
I
If
don't
he
know
doesn't
if
want-
he is. I don't know if he is.
Well, just ask him, message him and ask him.
I can message him. Yeah. I
Just
just
see
want
if
to put
he wants to
something
get
on
rid
the
of
back
it.
of my Ute.
Dang.
That's what I want. What do you mean, dang? How much?
GoPro Fusion here.
Yeah, but what are they selling for? Because it's different than what
Oh, with
people
3
are asking.
batteries, charger, floating handle, $200.
I'll send you 100.
How much is the X4 going for? Do you know the price on
I'll-
that?
Donald, I'll send.
See what the X4 is going. Oh, Tim, we're gonna send
The
you what?
Fu-
You froze up.
I'll send
The
you 100 and I'll
Fusion-
pay shipping.
Fusion's going for between 190 and 210 pounds on eBay.
Is that
Shut
what
UK.
they're asking, or is that what it's sold for, though?
Shut up, Mark. I'll send you 100, Donald, and pay the shipping. Shut
I
up,
mean,
Mark.
that's the thing. If you could get even 150, dude, the X4 is 500. That would cover a good chunk of it.
Hmm?
You can get
Yeah,
150.
but my
200.
100, if I send Donald 100, that's 165, and then shipping, so that's around 200 that I'm paying. So I'll pay that, Donald, if you want to send it over.
No, I would say that would be a stupid thing for you to do.
Why?
When you go
need
pick
a
up an
fucking
X3, that would be better than that Fusion.
I don't know what the price over here is. Let me talk to Ron about that.
You can pick up because that Fusion. How many years old is that Fusion now?
About 4, 3, 3.
God, somebody's
You
trying to
on
sell.
Claude's account,
Someone's
you-
trying to sell a Fusion brand
Wait a minute, wait a
new
minute,
for
wait. Hold on, hold on, hold
$349.
on. Hold on. Don't you just say Claude passed away, Paul?
Who? What?
Claude. Claude didn't pass away, Jody. Did he?
I don't even know who Claude is.
You remember Claude, right, Paul?
Claude.
Claude,
remember
back in the
Charlie.
day, he, huh?
Charlie passed away.
No, Claude. Claude, remember Claude? He had all them
Nobody
problems
remembers
with.
Claude.
No, hold on. He got oh fuck. Remember he got all that trouble at his house because of his channel and
No?
Oh,
no way. Claude didn't he didn't pass away. Jody, are you
I-
talking about the Claude from like 4 or 5 years ago?
Well,
3 years ago, actually. Claude was still around.
no, he's saying
Dickens.
Murad used to be on Claude's channel. He passed away.
Oh,
He's talking
Oh,
about somebody
Claude.
else,
Okay.
oh.
whoever
I was
that
thinking
is.
about Claude that was in the drone community. He's still in the drone community.
I don't know who that is.
He got out of drones. He's doing.
No, he's not
different-
still in the drone community.
Well, fucking know how to say it.
Yeah.
Fucking Claude. All right.
Oh,
There's so many people from 5 years ago that aren't in the drone community. They just vanished, like left.
what you doing, Jonathan?
Jonathan.
So
up?
somebody went to talk about nothing, and I got the brainstorming, right? And something dawned on me.
Dawned on you?
No, something
Yeah.
dawned on me, and Dawn's gonna help me, and Joe's gonna help me, and we gonna figure this out real quick, because I think I already know, but I'm not sure. Joe, let me ask you a question. How long you had your Edge West?
The newest one or the oldest one?
It wouldn't matter which one. Air to S.
Well, I've had it for about a year and a half.
Mark, how long you had yours?
Just over a year.
I've had mine for more than 2 years. But now, here's something I specifically remember. It just dawned on me like, boom. Before they start talking about remote ID, right? The Air 2S already had remote ID setting in it.
Yes.
You know this. You know this to be true, yes? Okay,
Yes.
so
Air
now,
2 had it. Air
Right,
2
so-
had it.
Air 2 has it too.
okay, so now let me ask this question. Who created remote ID?
China.
So now if we gotta stop all the data from China, that means remote ID is no longer what?
Well, technically, the pioneers of remote ID would have been Japan because they've had that set in place for like 5 years.
I
now.
told you what's going to happen. It's
5 or
gonna
6
happen.
years.
Trickle down
If you-
economics, brother.
Listen,
Ja-
if
Japan
you
actually was the
if you
forefather of that.
ban DJI for their data, you're gonna have to kill remote ID too. You're gonna kill yourself.
Technically, like I said, Japan was the forefather of remote ID. They had it for
that-
3-4 years before the
Japan-
US even started.
Japan
What
talking.
made
I
it?
said, what I said,
Well,
it's
they're the
gonna
ones
be
that
a
started
ripple
it.
effect. Jonathan, it's going to be a ripple effect. Something's going to happen. Watch.
Okay, so who created remote ID then? Was it Japan
Well,
or was it China?
Japan was the first country, I think, to
China.
implement it because
implement it.
Japan had it 3 or 4 years before the US even started talking about it.
Right.
So it's
So who
just the
created
US. The US just gets the blunt of the argument over it because obviously we're more in the limelight as far as what's going on around the world.
Right,
so
but whose tech is it though?
China.
whatever. Well, the
China.
tracking in the drones is theirs, but a lot of the apps
It does not
are
belong to
third
Tasty
party
Cake, Joe.
apps.
Boston Cream.
Oh, Boston cream. Yeah.
I don't think
No,
that
it-
they actually
there's
are
gonna be-
tracking it.
Hold on, cause see, trust me, the other help I was looking for, I hear it tapping. We can ready to find out.
Me?
Yes, you.
No,
know you
I'm
looking
doing
it up.
I'm doing work in the background, dude. I'm working on a spreadsheet.
Oh, I thought you was looking to see who created it. Come on,
I'm
Donald,
trying
you're
to
slipping,
find it. I
man.
can't find it. It just says it's there.
It's going to be, there's going to be a ripple effect if this goes through. I'm telling you.
Come on, somebody
you,
with a CPU, look it up.
There's gonna be a
I've
ripple
been
effect.
looking it up, and there's no definitive date or origin.
Well, I don't think that they came up with how remote ID works. That's
Ban
just a
fucking
tracking
China.
system.
If you ban China from anything, it's going to be a
It
ripple
works. It
effect.
works from
There's
transferring
already
data.
there's
It
already
works from
3 or 4
transferring data.
there's already 300 or 400 companies on the ban list that have been banned already from China. So ain't something
You're going
new.
to stop the import and export of China from America. You're fucked. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Until we got everything in place.
That's how trade wars are started.
Exactly. You're fucked.
Like I said, this isn't the first company to be banned though. There's 300 or 400 companies already.
It doesn't
on that
matter
list.
about the company. It's about the country. China fucking runs a lot of software. A lot of
No,
shit.
they don't. China run any software China runs is strictly used in China. All the
Well-
other software around the world, the majority of the population uses all American software. Microsoft,
You're gonna
Apple,
be fucked no matter
Android.
what. You're gonna be fucked no matter what.
None of that has to do with China.
It's not just about the software and drones. We literally get everything damn near from China.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like you're really gonna shoot yourself in the foot doing that.
Exactly. That's what I'm fucking trying to say. Nobody
I-
understands what the ripple effect is gonna fucking be. And nobody's gonna listen to it or understand it. There's gonna be a ripple effect.
That's what I'm saying is already a bunch of companies are already leaving China though. And a lot of them are electronic companies such as Apple, Samsung is moving. Because manufacturing costs are cheaper in other countries now. China's
Wait a minute,
manufacturing
wait a minute,
costs has
wait a
gone up.
minute, wait a minute.
It's cheaper
minute.
to build a
Samsung-
phone in Mexico or India now than it is in China.
Samsung is in Shansung or Shansing, whatever. the
That
fuck
is
it
a Japanese company. Samsung is Japanese.
I don't know. But I'm telling you, there's gonna be a triple effect. There's gonna be a ripple effect if you fucking ban China
And
once.
everybody
You're gonna
wants to
watch
keep
the ripple
saying,
effect. You're gonna watch the
everybody
ripple
wants to
effect.
keep bringing up China about computer chips when Taiwan is the one making the majority of the computer chips. Taiwan
Can
does
you
not
say
share
what
the same
America
value.
is doing? Can you say what America is doing? Why can't they be self-efficient?
What are you talking about? We can be
Why
self-sufficient.
can't?
What are you talking?
Why
What are you
can't
talking about?
America
Self-sufficient
be?
in what?
And why are they doing trade with China?
Self-sufficient in what?
In everything. Why are they got export? Why they got import?
Labor.
If they were
Because every
self-efficient,
economy
they
does
wouldn't
that.
have import and export.
Do you realize that China couldn't be self-sufficient on just minerals and natural resources?
Minerals, that's minerals. That's
Natural
shit.
resources is a huge thing. The
But what I'm
US is
saying
the only
is-
country in the world that has the ability to be completely self-sufficient
What
when
I'm
it comes to
saying
natural
is,
resources.
what I'm saying is, can America be self-efficient without import and export? Can they?
It's
No
built on
country
that.
can. That's the world economy.
America was built on import and export. So now
Every country's economy relies on import and export to a certain extent. But it
Yeah.
doesn't
Well,
matter
it
who
all
you're
started-
importing or exporting with.
It all started with spices, because spices used to be the currency.
Right, but it doesn't matter which country you're importing or exporting with as long as you're importing and exporting. But what you're not realizing is there's other countries that are cheaper labor now, and companies are mass exiting China to leave there. China's not going to have anything left in 20 years. Because then they're extorting companies, which are making
We'll see.
companies want to leave.
We'll see.
They extorted
We'll see.
Apple for almost $500 million.
We'll
And that's
see
one of
on
the
that.
reasons why Apple left China. Was because of the extortion they were having.
I just still think there's going to be a ripple effect, and it's going to fuck America.
And like I said, this isn't the first company to get banned. There's been companies that are 3 times the size of DJI that have been banned from the
Well,
US and
send your
nothing's
drones
ever
over
happened.
to Australia because we haven't had that ban yet. So send it over to here. I'll buy 'em.
Like I said, I wouldn't put my head in the sand and say it's never going to happen though. Everybody
I'm
over
telling
here
you,
put their
it's
heads.
not gonna fucking-
Everybody
it's
over
not
here
gonna
put their
happen.
heads
It
in
would
the
be-
sand.
Even
and
though,
look what's happening.
even if they get
It's not going to
banned,
happen.
Tim, even if it gets banned, it would be irresponsible for us to send our drones over to Australia because people down there don't know how to fly them.
Fuck
I've seen Matt fly.
You're a
That's
dickhead.
100%.
You're a dickhead. Oh my god. No,
I'm
I'm
not making any comments
to see
about flying
to see
drones.
the trickle effect that's going to happen is going to happen eventually. Because Australia, they suck on America's tit.
And then this
Oh.
is why I've said Taiwan is so strategically important. It isn't because we love the little guys on the island. It's because they own over 51% of the world's chip manufacturing. That's why they're so strategically important. America and Australia and everybody doesn't give a shit about Taiwan because they love everybody on the island. They
Oh.
just want to protect the chip manufacturing.
No, yeah,
Oh.
that's it. That's what it is. Yes. Yes.
All
I'll
I'm
agree.
gonna say is all these companies that deal with drones right now are about to do a bony fight. They're gonna nip it in the bud. I'm
All
telling
I
you, there's gonna
gotta
be
say
massive
is, all I
lawsuits
gotta
put
say,
in, and it's gonna nip it in the bud right away.
And
all
the
I gotta
reason-
say, all I gotta say, Joe, is watch the ripple effect.
Oh, I
And
already
my-
know, because we got this thing right here. This thing right here is worse than any drone on the market.
What's
But
that?
like
The
I s-
router?
What I,
Oh, the
what I've
phone.
been saying. What the fuck? I've been saying that.
But like I
All
said, if
phones,
Chinese
all
and US
computers, everything, chips, GPUs,
The modem
CPUs.
in your house.
Right. That's what I've been. fucking
again, not
saying.
China, that's Taiwan. Why do you guys keep saying China? Where do you think China
But-
gets some 90% of their chips from? They're only like 13% of the chip manufacturing in the world.
Because look at the made ad on everything.
Right,
on
but
the back of my modem, it says
manufacturing,
China.
but the manufacturing is moving out of China. That's my point.
We'll see.
All the major technical technology brands are starting to leave China
We'll see.
because
What's going on in the
manufacturing
fucking
costs are
long
cheaper.
run.
Well, let me
And
go
India is
step
a better
further.
option because India doesn't have the same type of world dominance goals that China has. Their culture is different.
It's just
Yeah.
gonna
Their
be a
mentality is different.
Let me go a step further.
tough situation.
Start talking about something like popcorn or Pop Tarts or something like that right now. And then in about 5 minutes, somewhere on your internet, you're gonna have an ad for one.
That always happens. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that says it in the
So-
fine. Read the terms and services. It says
That's
it right in
M-
there. That's
MEI.
everybody's fault. That's
Yeah.
everybody else's fault for not reading the terms and services when
Right.
it says that it listens to you.
Right.
Mhm.
Justin,
Everybody thinks that's some conspiracy. It says
No,
it right in the
it's
terms
in
and
there. It's in
services.
there. Right when you accept the terms, and it says it right there at the bottom. Yeah, I read it.
Yeah, the
So-
other night I was laying there and I was just about to doze off, and that freaking echo in the back said, "I didn't quite hear what you said." I almost shot the bitch.
Justin, I'm here to correct you on two things. Taiwan does not own 51% of the world's chip manufacturing. It's actually 90%. But the other problem is China is well on its way now to developing its own chip that can rival the chips of today.
The problem is nobody trusts Chinese hardware.
What?
The thing is
I
Okay.
beg to differ because Team U, Wish,
We got these drones.
Team,
We trust
and
these
so
drones
on,
better than
it's
the other drones.
all going.
yeah, but you guys are arguing one specific product.
No, we're talking
This is a
talking about
larger
chip.
issue that has nothing to do.
Yeah,
The drones
you've got
are
the chip
so tiny in
manufacturing.
this problem.
The chip manufacturing, China's on its way to mastering, right? Its labor is growing 5.4% this year. And its clothing manufacturing is outstripping the world's demand.
Okay.
Hence
More
why clothes are so
Okay,
cheap.
but their
and you can buy
labor
shit
costs
on
are
cheap.
also going up extensively as well.
more
Was.
more lingerie for Justin.
The only reason
Dressed up
companies
on
were
the
going
corners.
to China was because of such a low manufacturing
Bill.
costs and labor rate. But now other countries are cheaper than that. Like I
Was.
said, it's actually cheaper to build something in Mexico now than it is in China. It's cheaper to build something in India now, cheaper than it is to build in China. Companies don't give a shit where they set up base as long as it's the cheapest. And if there's other cheaper places to go besides China, that's where
It's-
they're going to end up going.
It's cheaper to have your kids play Fortnite to rank up.
What?
Okay, so why ban China? All right, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
People want to move. Cool. People gonna move. Like you say, the world is prone to change. You got a better price. That's where you're gonna go. That's the name of the game. But why ban China?
Exactly. Exactly.
Why not?
Why?
They're communism.
It's
Why would
gonna
you want to?
It's got nothing to
a
do
lot
with
of
it.
Why
shit.
would you want to prop
What?
that up? Why would you
If
want
it-
to prop up
Whoa.
a communist
If
government?
it was about the communism, then we always had that. It wasn't a problem before. Why is it a problem now?
But why
Exactly.
would you want to prop up
Yeah, I agree.
communism?
Right. But Justin, think of it this way. Iraq was a communist country, right? It was controlled by Saddam Hussein. We got rid of him. Now look at the state of the place.
That
Okay,
wasn't
yeah.
a communist
Hold on,
country.
hold on.
That was a totalitarian country. You're
Just
confusing.
because,
Yes.
just because
confusing-
That wasn't a
no,
communist
just
country.
because
You're confusing
don't
communism with
agree-
totalitarianism.
just because you don't agree with the politics of that particular country,
Losing
Yeah.
brains.
Exactly.
it's not
So
a
I
reason to
don't.
not do business with them.
Exact reason why not to do business. This country would have never done business with a communist country 30, 40 years ago. This all started with
did.
Clinton back in the 90s. He's
But
the
you
one
were
that
doing
opened up
business.
to
No,
opened
you
up
were doing
China.
business long before that.
Yeah, we were doing business with
I'm
them
saying
30, 40 years
any-
ago. Listen,
any American from the 50s or 60s, if they heard any of the shit you guys were saying now, they'd absolutely lose their fucking shit with you.
What are you
Because you
talking about?
guys are
Those same Americans in the
y'all are
50s, 60s, we were running around with clothes on our ass saying made from China. We were playing with toys that said made from China. We were already dealing
No,
with
it
these
was
people.
not that long ago. No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
China got
Where's-
opened up in the
Where's
90s
Nike
from
produced? Where's
No,
the
Nike
trade
produced?
agreements
China.
that
The only thing is way before that, because I was a kid in the 1950s, and a lot of the stuff said made in China.
Thank you. I'm trying to tell you. You got to remember, Justin, some of us are over 50 years old, dude. We were here.
I'm just saying,
Jonathan,
why I
Jonathan.
don't understand why you guys want to sit here
Hold
and
on.
defend a communist country.
We're not.
I don't get it.
I'm not defending the
No
country.
one's
Listen, I'm not defending the country. First of all, I don't have no beef with their country. The country,
on.
wherever you live, is where you live.
on.
What I'm saying is
Hold
for
on.
them to ban. Okay, really, this is all about
You're
the ban. Okay,
basing your politics on drones.
I'm
not about
basing the fact on you want to. Okay, everybody's moving out, fine. Y'all don't want to be there, cool. You leave, just like anywhere we live. We live in a bad neighborhood, or we just want to change our locations. We move. We don't not. Okay, I'm not gonna not go back to the Virgin Islands just because I moved to the United States of America. You're not
Could
here. I'm
you-
not gonna hate them just because I don't. I haven't been there so long.
Yeah,
but now everybody's leaving, and now you want to ban DJI, and this is really all about DJI. You want to ban these drones. We all have these drones. Okay, so what are you banning them for? If y'all leaving there because of the cost of labor, cool. Go get your money somewhere else. But don't just sit there all of a sudden because now we don't do business.
Why?
Business over
China
there,
does
we
it
want to
to
block
us.
them off.
Why? China does it to us all the time. They constantly ban our products from being
Hey,
able
everybody
to be sold
take
in
a
our
break
country.
and give Tim a chance. He's been trying to say something.
What's the old saying about keep a enemy as a friend?
keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
Right. There you go. That's what I was trying to say, Paul. Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because you
Well,
know
you're spot on
the
there, Tim.
passion that they're showing now is great, and it's good for them to air it. But sometimes the people on the fringe don't get to put their 2 cents in too. So
It's gonna be a ripple effect, Paul. If you ban DJI and you ban that software is gonna start a trickle effect.
What software?
bet
We don't
fucking
use
money.
Chinese
I'll
software.
bet
over here.
fucking money. I'll bet fucking money after this. What? Hold on. Do you think people do things for a reason? They did it for a
some money.
reason. They had them.
What
had them
software are
using the
you talking
fucking
about?
air-
We don't use
I
Chinese
don't give
software.
a fuck about the software. It was just a fucking mention if it's software, hardware, fucking anything. You ban China from anything, you're fucked. It's gonna cause a trickle effect.
Okay, what about the other 300-400 companies that have already been banned? Hasn't
Whatever.
caused a problem since.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. China is a major import, export, manufacturing.
I understand that.
You're fucking yourselves.
Yeah,
And you're gonna
Tim-
fuck Australia in the fucking long run too.
I don't think they are going to fuck Australia, but Tim is right with what is in the actual thing. It's not about banning DJI drones. You'll want to buy anything from China. And the problem is, like you guys have said, if a company has got affiliations with China, they're going to be banned. Right?
Thank you.
And if you've
Thank
got a
you.
company like Kia, Ford, Levi, all these companies trade with China. They get their cotton from
you're-
China. Get their
You
software.
are wrong about that, Levi's and stuff. It isn't about any company in China. It's about any Chinese companies. It's restricting them from using our
Right.
FCC.
Right.
But the
I thought
thing
it
is,
was banning any company that was
the
linked
thing is
China.
China bans our shit.
It's
They'll
just
build
banning
our-
them from using. It's just banning them from using our airways.
Why do you think they had them balloons?
It's not
over here?
banning you from buying the product. It's banning them from using the airwaves, so they can't get FCC approval to sell their drones here.
Why do you think
Right.
they have balloons over there? They're
Right.
looking for something much bigger. And that's the reason they knew it was
So
coming.
it's not going to
they
ban
sent them
Levi's because
balloons over.
Levi's aren't radio controlled.
They knew it was happening. And they sent them balloons over to get something going on. I don't know how they fucking think. But there's always a big picture in the beginning of a small picture.
Like why? But you guys are saying that the U.S. shouldn't do that, but
You're
China
not
does
looking
it all the.
outside the box, man.
Can I
You're not
talk?
looking outside the box. There's something outside the box that's gonna
Yes,
fucking
China
happen,
does
bro.
it to us all the time. They don't want Windows being used in they don't
That's-
allow Facebook. They don't allow Google. So why is
That's
it
the
okay for
problem
them to
with-
do it, but it's not okay for us to
Because
do
No,
it?
that's tit for
the
tat,
problem
isn't
with-
it?
It doesn't
No,
matter.
that's the problem. That's the problem with most fucking everybody in the fucking world. That's why I can't be around fucking people.
It's
Because
tit
they
for
No,
don't
that's
tat.
not
look
the reason.
outside. They don't look outside the box. They don't
No.
look outside the box. They look in their little fucking dimensional four.
I am looking outside the box. You guys are looking from just drones.
Oh,
I'm looking from entire geopolitical.
I'm not looking at drones. I'm
standpoint.
looking outside the box. I'm looking at the ripple
I
effect.
am looking from the
ripple effect.
entire geopolitical standpoint of China, not just the drone aspect. Everybody in the drone community is so focused on the drones that they don't realize it's a small sliver of a huger picture.
That's what I'm trying to fucking say.
I've been saying that for months. What are you talking about?
But you're just steady on fucking China.
Because it has to do
Fuck,
with
man.
China.
No, you gotta fucking think about the trickle down economics of what's gonna fucking happen after this happens.
Yeah,
Fuck,
China
you're
will go
thinking
bankrupt.
about it. You're
And China's
fucking
not going
saying
bankrupt.
America is number one, number one, number one. You're not thinking about the fucking ripple effect.
So if you want China to be
me.
number one, then keep supporting them.
Fuck, I'm not supporting them.
Yes, you are. Everybody on this
But
panel
there's
is
gonna be a
defending China.
ripple effect.
You guys are all
It's not-
defending
it's
a
not
communist
about support-
country.
It's not about
could care
supporting
less about
China
you.
or wanting them to be number one. First of all, I don't care what number any of us are, as long as we just living and able to enjoy life. You know,
We're
I'm
all a
not.
number.
Yeah, I'm
We're
not
all
as far as who's the biggest person and who's the smallest person. I'm just trying to figure out why they want to ban China. Period. You want to
I
ban
don't
China?
understand it.
You by banning China.
Thank you, Al. Fuck China. We need to move on.
By
You do
banning
realize-
China, like you say, it's you're gonna ban China, but it's gonna affect everybody else in the world. That's what I'm saying.
I got
Trying
this,
It's
to
I
gonna
got
affect
this,
us all.
It
It's gonna
will
I got
affect
this
us all.
Brio for breathing
Well,
on the case that says case made in China.
but it will affect everybody across the world, but not in a
It's gonna have
bad way.
ripple effect.
Because
Everything's gonna have a
If
ripple effect.
America bans China and we don't follow suit, and I can't see why we would,
Oh, don't say we will.
no, we won't. There's no, our new government is not going to be pro America, and you can blame Donald Trump for that, for saying, well, no, the UK will be bottom of the list for trade deals, right? So we're not going to follow you guys. So we're going to get better deals from China because China still has to sell.
Boom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just-
So we're
I
gonna
just
be
looked
better
at
off.
Loki. Yeah,
You know,
just looked at
because-
Loki, picked up his tail and had a little marker that said made in China.
Yeah. How many of your guns are made in China?
None of mine.
How many rockets? How many rockets are made in China? There's
Or made from parts from China?
Look what
Not a
JD
lot.
just put in. Look what JD just put in the chat.
Not a lot of
Somebody read
rock.
that
Not
out.
a lot of military parts are made. I mean, we got military contractors all over the U.S.
Read what JD just
Where do you
put
get the
in.
steel and that from?
Oh, raw materials, maybe. That's not the same thing.
Exactly.
Well, that's
No,
the
you
same
said
thing
you
JD is
you were talking
saying.
about missiles, and then you shifted to raw materials.
No,
Different
raw-
thing.
What
but
JD
it's still
is
going
saying.
to
Look
still
what-
have a knock-on
look-
effect, though, isn't it?
what's
Look
JD
what-
say?
all over the U.S. Read what
Wait.
JD.
Look
Talk
what
about
JD
textiles.
just said in the chat. What JD
What, you
just
don't
put-
think multi-billion-dollar companies won't find somewhere else to get it made?
but your stuff.
I don't know, man. You never fucking know, but there's
supplying the dollar store items that America counts on. Okay.
What's going
Like
to
I
happen?
said, you don't think multi-billion-dollar companies won't figure out some way of finding somebody else? to
I don't know,
manufacture
man. I'm just a fucking dick on the
Justin,
stick.
Sarah wants you to call her.
I'm
My,
just a dick on. I'm just a dick
You heard
on
me,
a stick
Justin?
still.
What's that, Joe?
my
Justin.
mother used to say, never cut off your nose to spite your face.
Despite your face, yeah.
Exactly.
Thank
Justin,
you.
Sarah wants you to call
Thank
her.
you.
Justin, call Sarah. And
Thank you, Joe. Exactly. That's what I'm
That's the
fucking
whole
saying,
bottom
Joe.
line right here. That's
Yeah.
the bottom line of
Yeah.
the whole thing.
The
I
other
remember
thing-
that.
That's what I'm
We-
fucking saying, Joe. That's what I'm saying.
We defend so much right now on things from China. If we all of a sudden cut it out, our world changes.
Thank you,
Until
Joe.
it
Thank
might
you.
take 20 years to get it to where it's supposed to be.
And not
But let's
only
start
that,
Joe,
getting
that's
it to
what
where
I'm
it's
fucking
supposed to
trying
be.
to
No, I
say.
think we're gonna hurt ourselves. We're gonna hurt
Yeah.
ourselves.
exactly,
That's all
because
we're
what's
doing.
going to happen the moment you ban DJI, China's going to retaliate and go, we're going to add tariffs onto your stuff, onto stuff going to you guys from other things. So your raw materials will go up, right?
What do they?
It's
What
your
do they,
price is
what,
going up, not us over
what-
here. We're going to get a
what
better
do
deal.
they-
Look,
What do they
look,
say when you-
not even that. Time you do that, right? The American insurance company is about to get hit hard.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just be frank about it. The
What did-
American insurance company is about to get hit hard. It ain't China that's gonna give us our money back. It's the US that's gonna give us our money back. Because a lot of us got our stuff insured through the USA. Now, some of y'all got Carry Fresh. I don't know what y'all gonna do, but you know, some of us are small enough. We got it insured here. Some of y'all got it on your Allstate. Some of us got it through where we purchased it from. Is the U.S. is gonna have to come up off of all that money.
Yep.
What is the
Yeah,
old?
I was
What is
flying
the
and they
old
bricked
saying?
it. It fell.
What's the?
And everybody
what's
I
the
know
old
got
saying?
what 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drones
What's
a
What's
piece.
the old saying, Jonathan? What's the old saying about you cut the head off of the snake, or there's another one growing back? You gotta watch China, man. I'm telling you.
It really gonna hurt us for real, for real.
I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell people that, and they don't fucking listen to me.
Yeah. Look at it like a plant, right?
The backlash.
America
The
is just
backlash.
a rose on the plant. You cut the rose off, right? And another 1, 2, 3, or 4 will grow back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
proper
The
way to
head
grow
off the
herbs.
snake.
Whenever you do basil or basil or catnip or anything like that, you want to cut down to where you have 2 leaves coming off, and if you cut right there, it'll sprout 2 new branches off of it.
Yep.
And
It will.
I can actually go out and give you guys a demonstration on how to prune your herbs if you want to change the
I know how to
subject.
prune.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
then.
me too. Me too.
I know how to prune them.
That's why when a rose flower dies, you should pull the head of the rose off.
Oh,
And it will automatically grow more to take its
That's
place.
what I do.
That's
Every time
exactly what I do with
rose-
kittens, but they don't come back as double.
Oh god.
But,
That's what I do
whenever
with
kitten
roses,
dies, I
but-
pull its head off, and I somehow
Didn't work.
maybe that's where all the stray cats come from.
So how many did you do? Because you got 9 lives, bro, to work with. You got 9 lives to work with. So how many heads you pull off so far?
But the head counts for 9.
I'm telling you, man, they'll fucking come back and get you. I'm telling you. I killed her twice. She's coming back every fucking night. So that's 7.
A cool cat. The best way to prune is to go sit in a bathtub for about an hour.
Oh god.
You know, they're worrying about DJI drones. They need to worry about that Russian subs sitting off of Miami.
Oh,
No, that's in Cuba. That's in Cuba. They don't have to
yeah, I
worry about
remember that. Yeah, Cuba.
No, it's right off of Miami and Cuba and all of that right now.
You don't have to worry about that because believe me, fucking America gave him permission. So you don't have to worry about that. Do you remember back in the 80s when we had Cubans over in America fucking training? Do you all remember that?
We had what?
No.
We had Cubans over in America fucking training.
Over in America training.
Yes.
I know they were here.
Y'all
Come
don't
on.
remember? Y'all don't
I mean,
remember?
I know they were
Cuba
here.
is
There was
the
a bunch of them living in New York.
Cuba is the ideal.
We had them in America fucking training, Mark.
No, I mean, Cuba is a good way of looking at it, because what happened when America fell out with Cuba? They banned Cuban cigars. What the
Oh,
hell
dude.
has got to
Dude,
do?
They damn sure.
had a Cuban cigar. Fucking-
They damn sure
That was
did.
That was the best cigar I ever smoked in my life. I had a Cuban cigar. Best
I
cigar.
don't remember any electronics being in my cigars.
It was illegal to have them, but somebody in the military always had one. A
Yep.
box.
Yeah, they do. The golden box, they called it.
Mm.
But all this talk of China, they are not the country you need to watch at the moment. The country you need to watch is Russia, because the fact they're talking about peace in Ukraine means they've got their eyes on another prize.
Russia, hold on, I'm trying to read this. Bill said they need to worry about the country's currency, Russia, and select. I can't even what this is. Select few countries have came up with the back of gold and silver is worth something, not like U.S. currency.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true, Bill. Yeah. Hey Al, how you doing, buddy?
On the fly.
I need to go play Fortnite.
No, you don't. You want to.
I won't.
If you need to, then you're addicted and you should actually seek help.
Yeah. No, I want to. I want to.
Just sit, you can see Tim sat there in a room. Hi, my name is Tim, and I play Fortnite. And Justin's a bastard.
Do you know how many fucking rooms I sat in and said, "Hi, my name is Tim." Yeah. I went to all them classes there, David. Went to all of them. I think I pissed off Justin. He left. He's not talking. Did I piss you off, Justin?
No, he had to call Sarah.
Yeah, he's on the phone.
Oh, he's on the phone. Yeah, I want to watch the 2 months very carefully, because if Australia goes in that line of suit, we're fucked. Because Australia is close friends with China, but if they follow America's suit, we're fucked. We're fucked.
Just wait it out. See what happens.
Oh, we will. Yeah, we will.
See what happens. Stop selling your shit. Stop selling your stuff, Joe.
I am not selling my fucking gold.
No, I'm talking about
I can tell you that.
USA.
I'm not selling anything. I'm a fly.
Hold on.
I don't think it will go through. I will bet a 6-pack it will not go through.
You know, bottom line, Tim, like I said, even if it goes through, now it's got the attention to first responders, police, fire.
Oh, that's right.
Now they're gonna start fighting.
You got some big dogs that screaming now.
I never underestimate the stupidity and the authoritarian tendencies of the government.
Right, but there'll be lawsuits, and a federal judge will put an injunction on it and stop it, and then they'll have to hear about it. And then when it comes down to it, it'll probably get injuncted again. They'll release it, then they'll have another injunction on it. So we're looking at about 5-6 years.
That's what I'm saying, Joe. It's going to keep on going down the steps.
And the biggest thing, like I said yesterday, I think that it will end up in the Supreme Court somewhere, in the Supreme Court. And I think what's going to happen is one of the biggest things that happened yesterday was the the overturning of the bump stop.
Yeah, but there's two more
Because
steps
they
in it.
said that in the Supreme Court's ruling is that this item was a legal item, and
Right.
then overnight y'all made it illegal.
Yeah,
And they said that it doesn't work that way.
Right, but that's the problem was it was done through the legislative branch or the executive branch
Right.
instead of the legislative branch. What we're talking about with the drones is going through legislative,
Yeah, I
so
agree,
it wouldn't
but I
cause
still
that same constitutional
Gotta be
crisis.
close. There's still a fine line there. Because all of a sudden you're gonna start changing this. And there's a lot of opposition to it. And when they weigh the opposition, and the opposition basically, I'm not talking about from the drone enthusiasts or the casuals, it's all the people that I think they said just in the drone community that people that work, that are licensed, they're looking at about 267,000 people that will lose their jobs. That's just the people, not counting first responders, not counting public safety, not counting agriculture. And right now, nobody needs to be losing a job. Because that's what they're doing, taking jobs away.
I do know that over here, our economy, holy fuck, it's going up now, and now rent's supposed to go up again. Because I asked my landlord, "Are you gonna like raise my rent?" And she goes, "No, no, no, I'm not gonna raise your rent." Thank God for that.
Yeah. So it's
Crazy.
You
We'll
really
see.
can't size up that bump stop with the DJI thing, because the bump stop they're gonna holler at national security when it comes to the DJI thing. Can't holler
Yeah,
at that.
but I think you still have it's a fine line where they might be able to use something like that.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna use. That's what's gonna kill that all together right there.
All I know is the White House got really pissed off and said basically yesterday that Supreme Court is out of hand. They don't know what they're talking about and all this stuff.
We go with that.
It's
They
like,
don't agree with them.
yeah. Jill's been going everywhere with Joe lately because somebody's got to hold his hand and walk him around. Hey, Paul, that ship that you put up 2 hours ago, James Oberstar, I looked at it real quick and I thought it said the James Lobster. The James Lobster. What?
Did I spell something wrong, Joe, or what?
No, it had the L in there, and it all ran together for me. I thought it said lobster.
Oh, okay, Overstar, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the family that owns the company, Overstar.
Yeah.
Wake up. Wake up.
What?
Everybody get silent. All right, well,
I think
I think it's been.
they've argued themselves out is what's happened.
Oh, we wasn't arguing, were we? I thought it was just debate.
I thought it
We
was
weren't
a
debating.
conversation, but somebody was
Yeah,
getting,
we all, it was just a debate.
somebody
Oh,
was
we
getting
all good.
straight up. Yep.
Yeah, shoot, I was ready to start eating that Boston cream honey bun because it was like a dinner and a show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
getting
Jonathan, I'm so glad that drone fell out the tree and I didn't have to go climbing a tree.
You wasn't gonna climb that tree, man.
I wouldn't have found it.
You wasn't. You wasn't going up that tree, Joe.
Yeah, I wouldn't go on them though. I would never have found it. You know that because I had no. What happened is actually up in the tree, I probably would have found it because the battery wouldn't have come loose. But when it fell down and hit the grass, the battery stayed in the drone because of the clip I got on it. But the clip that for the connection popped out. I've never seen that happen. I don't know. I don't see how that happened. You can barely pull it out. You know.
Might have banged like on the wire or something, or on the clamp. Those wires got the two little clamps on the side, right?
No, I'm talking about on the very back where the battery connects.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get a battery. This little piece right here. The battery was still thrown, but this was sitting up here like this, knocked out. This one little piece. Now you can't even pull this thing out. You got to really yank it out. So how did that come out, but not the battery? You know.
I guess the way that it hit.
It had to be. But if you would have seen this thing, I got it. It was looked like somebody spray painted it green.
I got caught up in the branches then. It got caught up in the branches, probably swaying in all kind of directions.
Yep, it was cutting pieces of the branches off. When it hit the grass, it was probably still running. It was cutting the grass.
It might have been cutting leaves. It might have been cutting leaves when it got stuck in the tree.
Yeah,
it might have cut his way down.
It's got that fresh grass smell.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, did you finally figure out why you couldn't use your dildo controller?
The wanker.
Yeah, I think it was chick stick. I think that what happened was it had some kind of reset, because like I told you yesterday, I might have told you today or yesterday, what it said online to do was to press it twice, slow, and see if that would work. And if it beeped, press it twice fast. And if it beeped again, press it 3 times real fast. So I thought about it because I was inside. So I put my hand on top of it just in case. And I did it 2 and it beeped. I did the 2 regular and it beeped. When I hit it 3 times, that sucker opened up full speed. It was going under my hand, trying to take off. Every piece of paper on my desk went flying. I had stuff flying all over the place. The dogs were running down the hallway, getting away from me. And this thing is going, wah! And I just turned it off. And then I pressed it twice and it started up normal. Okay. So it must have been a reset. But I thought about it. I said, let me put my hand on it just in case.
Oh, yeah. You had that baby right in the ceiling.
Oh, that sucker would have took my ceiling fan out. Probably took the computer out. That would have been nasty. May have took part of me out. But it was funny. I mean, that sucker, as soon as I pressed that thing, that I guarantee that was like full throttle. It was spinning.
With the screaming.
You know, that would be an interesting thing if you could figure out how to print something, would be for like a little cup that was a universal cup that you could strap it to the bottom of it that has little feet that you could then put those on a board and then put a weight on this side and this side, and you could just test it indoors.
Yeah. But it
You
was
lock it
working
down?
after that, so. I'm gonna fly it outside today around here because I haven't flown it since it hit. So I want to make sure it flies before I go bring it somewhere where it might be over water, you know?
Right.
You getting any warnings when you turn it on?
No,
It should be
no
good then.
warning.
It
Well,
just,
the thing-
it just wouldn't start up, Jonathan.
Yeah, it wouldn't start at all. It would start with the sticks, but it wouldn't start with the chick stick. So
Because the
But the-
controller, he tried that and it worked fine.
yeah,
It's
it turned
just
right on.
with the hand controller.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. But when it fell into the grass, when I picked it up, this back propeller where the SD card is,
Yeah.
was actually touching one of the guardrails. It was actually
Okay,
touching
so
one.
so is that from did the motor get knocked out of place, or was it just the propellers that got messed up?
Well, I think what happened is when it hit the grass, the propellers must have been spinning, probably bent the motor a little bit.
Bent the
probably moved
motor.
the motor a
That's
little.
not good then. That thing ain't gonna fly right.
That's what I'm gonna find out. Well, I'm gonna. Well, it
What
may
you
have to go
mean?
back.
If that motor is not set the way that the rest of the other three is set, it's gonna give off a different wind pattern, a different thrust pattern, all of that.
Oh, I know.
So it's not
Right
gonna fly
now-
right.
Well, what I did, I saw where it was touching, right? So I just
Yeah.
kind of put a little pressure on it the opposite way, and it got it right back to the center, and it's perfectly clean right now. So I'm gonna fly it. I'm gonna fly it outside right around here because I got a lot of open space. And if it looks like it's flying bad, I'll just contact DJI and say, look, it hit a tree, hit the ground, and it's not working right. And I'll go ahead and pay the $29 and get the new one, you know?
Mm-hmm. So now, here,
All right, guys, I'm out of here.
here's
Hey,
Later,
have a good
Donald.
day, Donald.
here's the thing.
See
You
you, bud.
already hit the tree. The motor's already off. The motor's already tilted off. Why are you waiting to do something else to it to do that?
Well, why I didn't send it back already?
Yeah, that's what you need to go ahead and do rather than put it in the air. You already know it's damaged. You know the motor's tilted. You know the props was touching the guard. So what do you think is gonna happen when you turn it on and put it in the air? What do you expect to happen?
Well, let me tell you, this Avata before, when I had that head-on collision, the same thing happened. One of the props did the same thing. What I did is I just moved it out a little bit,
Michael.
and I've flown maybe 50 more flights with it. It's just
Hey, cool cat.
the prop guards are set up where it's such a tight squeeze. It
David,
doesn't take much to move these things. So after doing it all the time, it worked perfect. The only
Okay.
time I've had any issues when I've lost connection. So I'm not gonna fly it much. Like I said, it'd be right here in the open area and see what it's doing. If it looks like it's drifting or anything, it's done. I'll send it back.
Shut it down, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna go far from it. But like I said, if it feels like it's drifting and it's not doing exactly what I'm telling it to do,
Mhm.
stop, hit that old shit button, land that sucker, and just put the claim in and send it out. You know, because I could get it's on refresh, and I could let them know that it hit the tree and one of the motors is bent. It's all up into the prop thing, and they'll tell me, yeah, it's $29 to replace it, and then I'll have a new one. And if I get a brand new one in the box, I've still got one in the back that's only got 10 flights on it. I get a
Alright.
brand new one in the box, I'm not gonna open the box.
Got a question for you on this chair.
TJ, what's good?
Right, on this chair refresh, will they replace the battery?
I
Only
couldn't
if it's
tell you
bad,
that.
I think.
There is a reason. I think Laura's batteries are actually jinxed.
You think that what?
The jinx, right?
TJ,
No, no,
Mario.
no. It gets
I am
worse.
Mario.
We all know about her charging them and the weather turning cold and windy and rainy and stuff. Today,
Mhm.
we looked outside. It was pretty nice. She was going to go fly a drone this afternoon. She put everything in the box, and then all of a sudden, there was an almighty flash and bang of thunder. So she got it all back out the box, and the thunder disappeared.
Wow. Mario.
Well,
Oh,
it,
jinx.
it could be a safety item because they don't want her flying.
Yeah, they've seen how she flies. So
Yeah.
She went, I had that, Paul.
We've had
shut up,
showers
Joe.
and then
Shut up,
sunshine,
Joe.
showers and then sunshine most of the day.
Well, Laura, we love you. It's not for your piloting skills. We just love you because you are.
Paul, speak for yourself.
Just,
She heard that, Joe. Shut up, Joe.
Joe's not taking that risk.
So basically you telling us every time she gets happy enough to want to go fly, it rains.
It rains, and today
Thunder,
it thundered,
okay.
wind.
Lil Llama, next time he piss you off, that's when you go outside and fly. That one it won't be raining, right?
Plugs it in.
Well, she
Oh, yeah,
definitely,
Bill. Not
She
just
is-
when she's happy, it's every time she puts the batteries on charge.
yeah, but today is when she put it all in the bag and ready to go. And there was just, like I said, there was this almighty crash of thunder. Who's like, right, get it all back out. You know, we're not going. And then that was it. That one flash and bang, and the thunder went.
TJ.
Mario.
Yeah, TJ's on the phone. But just so you're all aware, she's definitely going to fly that drone on Wednesday. So expect hurricanes, tornadoes, and everything else to hit the UK.
But is Laura going out flying on Wednesday?
Yep.
Nice.
She's got no choice in it because I'm dragging her out.
Oh, there you go.
Unless it rains.
Unless it rains, yeah.
She's buying it an umbrella.
Umbrella, Ella, A.
She just needs to get a bigger drone with a giant umbrella on it so she can fly underneath it.
No.
You know
No.
She should get one of those umbrellas that you wear on your head, the umbrella hat.
The hat.
Look, I got the
that would
little
make-
the
that
little
makes
llama
the
with the
drone
bird with the
unstable.
clown nose.
Yeah,
That-
that too. Yeah,
then-
that too.
Then you'll be getting
David, where is she?
fly away.
She's in the other room doing her hair.
Can she hear you?
Yes.
Can
So
she hear us?
Yes, so don't get me in trouble.
Oh, I won't get you in trouble, but you about to pay a bill. Lil Llama, you know they make a wetsuit for your drone, right?
Hear that, Laura?
They make a
I said, did you hear that?
No, it takes
Oh,
over 250 grams.
Great.
We'll do that.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, no, I'm smelling it. It's got
Now,
that
he
grass.
kissing-
After it crashed in the
Listen.
grass, it's got grass smell.
Wait, is that the first one or the second one? Your
That's
replacement.
the first one.
Oh.
That's the first one.
What he doing is kissing it goodbye because he knows it's broken, but he about to go put it in the air. I'm just waiting to hear the end of this story. We'll continue
Now,
tomorrow.
Do you have Joe? You got are those master air screw props on there?
Yes,
Join
sir.
us this evening for the next installment of What the Fuck Has He Done With His Drone?
Got that grassy smell.
Got that grassy smell.
Yeah, I
But
got
that-
one of those Mr. Clean magic erasers out.
Tell it,
And
Mike.
It took me
You're right
30
there,
minutes to
Justin.
get all the grass off of this thing.
Where your master
you-
air screws, TJ?
Shit, man, I need to get some more. I put the
I
the
gave
one-
you some.
I need to order some more. The ones that came with it are the house props or whatever.
No. I sent you a pair of master air screw props. I sent you a whole set, man. What you do with them? Those
never
propellers
got
I put in that package for you, those are master air screws. Took them slap off my drone.
No, I'm talking about the ones for the Avada, not the.
Oh, for the Avada.
Yeah. I got yours, Jonathan. I'm talking about the ones for the Avada is what I'm talking
Well,
about.
Anthony is TJ is good at modifying props. Just takes snippers. He just snips off.
So, Joe,
Put the scissors on them.
Joe, have you got the flight footage of your crash?
No, who?
Have you got the flight footage of your crash?
What do you mean?
Into the tree.
Into the
Well,
tree.
it must still been
Yeah, I got it.
Right.
You want to see it?
Now we need to remix the song, and we have Joe and his avatar. Watch out for that tree.
Oh, watch out for that tree.
Yeah. Did you see it, TJ?
I don't think so. No.
Hold on. I lost connection with the Avada. Day before yesterday. Hold on.
Never happens when you're air to west, that does it, Paul?
Nope.
Yeah.
So I lost connection, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as I'm making the turn right here, because I said, let me get back over land, just in case I lose connection. And I started to lose connection right here. So I said, well, let me get out of all these wires so I know where I'm at now. I lost everything right here.
Oh hell. Oh hell. Oh my god. Whoops.
And that's where the battery thing popped out. The last thing I saw.
Oh gosh. But the drone was okay and the battery was okay.
It had, like I said, the prop was bent a little bit into the prop guard. So I straightened it all out and I'll see what happens.
You straightened it, or you fixed it by snipping off the odd prop?
No, I just put my finger in it and pushed it a little bit and got it to where it was back in the center.
Okay.
I think that might have been a dig at you there, Tim. Sorry, TJ.
You said what, David?
Paul might have had a little dig at you then.
Well,
Did you straighten it, or did you stop off a few pops?
TJ won't fly now without having a nice set of bolt cutters.
Go on and turn that thing on, Joe. Put it in hover mode. See what it do.
I'm not doing it inside. I'm not. Do I look stupid? No.
What you mean? You know that it's broken and you about to take it back outside. Now, see, here's what I'm thinking tomorrow's story is gonna be. Jonathan, yeah, what up, Joe? You know what I did? What's that? I took the drone outside and I put it in the air and it shot all the way across town on me. I couldn't find it. And I'm be like, for real?
I waved goodbye.
He waved goodbye.
I think it'll be fine.
Mark, I feel like your background's gonna poke me in the eye, man.
You should be used to trees like that, TJ.
They actually had to dismantle it and take it down because a couple of those metal spikes actually fell off it and landed on a footpath. So they decided it was dangerous.
When you put your head in a certain direction, it looks like you have like something coming out of your head or something.
Yeah, we've been through that earlier. Yeah.
Like some kind of fancy like little hair piece or something.
Hey, TJ, what's your wife's name?
Sandra.
Sandra, I got a question for you. Has TJ been behaving himself lately? He has? Well, because, he's been working real hard when he comes online here, learning to say and believe, yes, dear, you're always right.
Whatever you're telling them, keep doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul's trying to train him for you.
Well, because Sandra, if he wasn't being a good boy, we'd suggest we'd send you a shot collar. You put it on him. You just knit, knit. Down, TJ.
That's funny. A shot collar. That's hilarious.
That'll work.
That'll work. Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I want to go out flying today, but it's a little overcast. But I think it'll be all right. I don't know.
Yeah, get out and fly.
Well, it's supposed to be 95 today.
Yeah.
Just remember your batteries overheat, so don't stay in the air too long.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you
Yeah, 'cause
don't get sidetracked where you're coming back home and say, "Oh, gee, I'd like to go get that."
Yeah. Yeah, because I went out over, what was it? I think it was like Memorial Day, because they normally have a flag in the where the tennis courts and all that stuff is, and so like I went out and I flew out, and next thing I knew, I couldn't see the drone, I couldn't see like the camera or anything, and so I was like, oh shit, where the heck is the drone? And so I had to go out with my controller, and I got in my car and I went out to where the tennis courts and the swimming pool was, and it was hovering just right over there. I was like, whoa, it was really strange. Like, why the heck is it just hovering right there? And so I had to bring it back. I guess it was really hot that day. I guess
You lost connection.
Yeah, I lost connection, and then I had to go find my drone in the complex.
How
somewhere.
far away were you when
Where
you
was
lost
this?
connection?
I wasn't too far. Like from the house to the tennis courts. Probably I could have literally like walked there, but I drove my car instead.
Sounds like you need to check your settings and make sure that your lost connection is set to return to home.
Yeah, instead of
Sounds
hover.
sounds like you've got it set to hover.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because otherwise, you know, had you not been able to reconnect, it would just hover until the battery died, and the little voice would be saying, "Landing now."
You don't have return to home set on your drone, TJ?
You say what?
Return to home. You don't have that set on your drone?
I don't think so. I'll have to look and see and go into my settings and check.
They're one of the first things you're supposed to do before you even took off the first time.
Well, normally there's a button on the screen that you can push that says return to home, but
but
no good.
The setting you want to make sure is turned on is that if I lose connection, it returns to home.
Oh.
There's a couple little sliders there. One of them is return to home and lost connection.
Okay, I'll have to go in the settings and look. And I could do that. I can do that with even the Avada does that too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They all do that.
Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it. I think everybody's talked out.
I don't know. Maybe I might have a few more laughs or something in me.
You can all tune
Yeah,
in to TJ's
Laura
giggle
said,
fest.
watch the video she just sent you.
Yeah. TJ's going to have a giggles fest.
A giggle fest.
I'm dreading the video that Laura sent.
Where y'all gonna go flying at, David?
She'll probably go to a normal place.
A normal place?
Yeah, over here they call it a mental institution, but she calls it the normal place.
That's funny.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again later today.
All right.
Y'all have a good day.
Jonathan, take care.
Stay safe.
Most definitely. Mario! Don't lose your room, man.
Jonathan!
Bye,
Hey,
David.
make